Yeah, get Cranium in here.
Let's get it. Let's go.
What we getting?
It's just like a thing that people say.
I knew you was one of them following us. Like, you just be saying shit that other niggas be saying.
I do.
Me too. I be taking notes.
Nah, I be taking. He's like, okay, free Tory. Okay.
I'm not
He
taking
said,
notes on that. I mean,
oh, not that
not that one.
one. Not that one, huh? Don't worry, you got 10 years to get it right.
I mean, he rich. He'll probably get out early for, good behavior or something. I don't know.
Oh, you
He'll
must
probably
not
do
know.
5.
You must not know how my domain works.
You got to keep a nigga locked up domain expansion.
I got the domain expansion. Jim Crow. Domain expansion. James Crow. James Raven.
Your domain expansion is just taking away niggas' civil rights.
It's not Jim Crow. It's James Raven.
James Raven. That's just because it's the American localized version. You can't say Jim Crow. It's copyright.
It's like what in it's like an anime where they're just like, oh yeah, the James Raven laws.
James Raven laws. You got President Bosch and President what was Obama's name?
I
I
don't know.
don't
I don't
remember.
remember what it was. I didn't actually hear it in that scene, so I couldn't tell you.
He said it, but I don't remember what it was. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank on it, but I'm pretty sure it was something funny. I know Trump. I think Trump was just Tump. I think he just took the R out.
Not Tump.
No, it's probably not right. It's been a minute since I read.
Not Tump.
It's been a minute since I read the Trump arc.
You mean the Tump arc?
Oh man, so what we getting into today, man?
Well, I mean, I think we ought to start it off with some hard hitting reporting. So you want to get into the Tory case first? I mean, we did lead off a little bit with it.
Oh, I thought the hard hitting reporting was gonna be that we're doing this on a Sunday, first time ever.
This isn't the first time we've done this on a Sunday, no?
Pretty sure it is.
Huh. Maybe so. Well, if that's the case, then you know what? It's a different vibe on a Sunday, man. One thing I will say though is I definitely do want to get back to like Friday, maybe, because I hate doing it on Saturday, and I probably hate even more doing it on Sunday. So it's just like
we used to do it on Thursday.
no, I know.
Oh, so you want to change the day to Friday?
Well, I mean Thursday or Friday, like either one, either or. But like I definitely want to get away from Saturday and Sunday. Saturday is like an emergency. All right, we gotta put something down. We gotta, whatever happens. And obviously, I would have potted yesterday, but there was some extenuating circumstances at the crib. My toilet almost blew up, but that's a whole different story for a whole different day. So,
why you dropped the M80 in the toilet?
Dementia will do that.
Dementia will do that. Is that another part of your domain?
He said domain dementia grenade expansion.
I'm down to do it on Thursday. I really just be doing it based around your schedule. You the one that don't be available on Thursdays.
Well, I mean, I wasn't before mostly because of work. And I think that's really the main reason why I was getting pushed to Saturday. It was just because I had work Thursday, Friday, so I was just doing shit. Yeah. But in the meantime, while I am between employment, might as well be doing that. But anywho, enough about my life because you guys don't give a shit. That's not what you guys came here for. Come on, you heard me. You came here to hear me talk about them 10 years. That's what you came here for. That's what you came here for, right? Surely. That was the first thought on your mind when you woke up. You said, ooh, I can't wait till them niggas tell me what they think about old boy getting 10. I mean, I know that's what they was looking for. So
I
Let's
hope we
hop
got the
straight
pool
into
to have niggas think like that.
You said what?
I said, I hope we got the pool to have niggas thinking like that.
Like a nigga saw the verdict and his first thought was just like, "Oh boy, I cannot wait." So for those who don't know, let me just read this. A judge sentenced rapper Tory Lanez, also known as Daystar Peterson, to 10 years in prison Tuesday for shooting and wounding hip hop superstar, megastar, baddie. They don't say
They
that.
said
I
that in the
added that.
article?
No,
Oh,
it don't
okay.
say that. I added it. I'm biased. Don't worry about it.
Shit, me too.
Megan the Stallion, not the Stallion, the in the feet shooting.
In
Wait,
the
for shooting
feet.
and wounding. Yeah, I don't know why in the feet is funny to me here, but anyway, bring a conclusion to a 3-year legal and cultural saga that saw 2 careers and lives thrown into turmoil, which is really funny because there's other people whose lives are affected, but they're like, we don't care about that girl. They're like, but you're not a person in like in that way, you know? So he was sentenced, right? And so obviously this was a very what was it, polarizing
Polarizing.
issue for some odd reason. I know the reason is it's not very odd at all, but it's just like this spanned the entire pandemic. And I think
Literally.
I am very glad that this is, I wouldn't say it's over because there still is an appeal process, but I'm glad it's at least been mostly put to bed. Like at this point, listen, buddy, you're in there until you win your appeal or if you win your appeal. So that's just what it is. And don't worry, give it a few weeks. We'll forget. We'll forget you were even locked up, buddy.
I
But
forgot he was locked up until the sentencing and everything now.
yeah, and somebody was like, oh, he's got time served. It's been 3 years, da da da. And they was like, dog, he has a total of 305 days of time served. So almost a year, but you're doing 9, buddy. And these are all felonies. And I mean, worst case, they'll probably I get the feeling they're going to deport him after this when he
Oh
would
yeah,
come
one
out anyway.
thousand percent. Yeah, 1000%. Get that nigga the boot.
Although I don't know because I don't know because I know he was supposed to face possible deportation at the sentencing, and I didn't hear anything about it. So I'm curious if that's like reading through the article now. I'm curious if that was even anywhere on the table. I'm not sure. But one thing I will say, and this is really like, again, we've talked about this ad nauseum, so I'm not going to relitigate all the facts of this case. The only new things I'll talk about is just sort of a wrap up, and then some of the letters that came out. Because
Oh man.
what did I think these are kind of funny? But I think ultimately speaking, like regardless of your feelings on Tory, y'all know mine, so I don't. If you feel opposite, then it is what it is. But regardless of your feelings, I think we can all agree this was a generational fumble. Um, a once that like I mean I'm talking about like the Victor Wembanyama of fumbles, like generational once in a life. Like you're just like you're not getting this again for another 2025. Like it'll be a long time before we see a nigga with this much going for him fumble again in
All
such a
gone.
way. Because it's like then it's like again. I mean, like look, we always talk about it. Tory Lanez put up a lot of music. He had a pretty like consistent music output, and most importantly, with quarantine radio, he was gaining a ton of popularity. I mean, I know it was just putting him in rooms, and I think, truth be told, I think that's it's the downfall of man. I think this nigga head got too big, and the lights got too bright,
It's
and
always the lights, man.
because think about it, I'm thinking about it even in this case, right? All this is rumored, right? But I'm even thinking like, if you was fucking with Meg like that, and you was fucking with her friend like that, then you went to a party with both of them at Kylie's crib and was trying to fuck with Kylie like that. It's like, dog, you was just like a horny dog. Like he was just, oh, I'm so popping. I'm finna just shoot. I'm finna just shoot every time. Well, let me not say that because
Poor choice of words there, but
yeah, poor choice of words. My fault. No, no pun intended. But It's just like I'm like again, but it's just like you know what I mean. Like when a nigga get something going for himself and you just like it's like baby, you not used to this. You not. I could tell you just not. The lights is too bright. And so that's really what it was. Like that's my whole thing. Like because early on I was just like, oh man. Then as more stuff started coming out, I was just like, I'm sorry, this is a generational fumble. You had it all going for yourself. You had the world eating out of your hands during this quarantine radio era. I like, and that's the thing. I think that 3 years later, it might be hard to remember, but I remember that vividly. Like people loved this nigga.
Yeah.
Like he would like again, like remember how when him and Drake beefed, right? And people always thought to themselves, if they would have just figured that out, like he could have been like I think the quarantine radio and all the shit I think that was bigger than the whole Drake cosign because it would have led to a Drake cosign anyway, in my opinion. But like I just think like for you to have that much going for yourself and for you to just crash out like this, it's bad. It's bad. And especially how it happened, right? It's not just the fact that like the actual act, it's just how this case played out. Where we talking about like your Timu lawyer is
Timu.
like, bro, that is a DH gate lawyer if I've ever seen one. Like it's nasty work, dog. And not even that. You know what? And the worst part is whether your lawyer was good or bad, it wouldn't matter because you weren't listening to anything your lawyer told you anyway.
Yeah, that nigga was wilding out.
Because I can
Oh, yeah.
assure you, your lawyer was probably just like, "Yo, listen, just be quiet, let her get her shit off, da da da." Like, it's gonna bring up a lot of gender politics. It's gonna bring up this. It's gonna bring up that, misogynoir, police joints, da da da. Like, it's a lot of stuff here. And the worst part is, he just went against all of that. He just went against all of that, and I just
And inevitably, if you take the shooting aside, which is kind of hard to do because that's the whole reason we're here, but if you put the shooting aside, the way he was acting and talking on social media is what put him in this boat.
I think so.
The judge literally said because of the way that he was going at Meg after the shooting and how disrespectful he was being and how he was harassing her, the judge literally said, "I'm throwing the book at him."
Yeah, and the judge even said it was difficult to reconcile the portrait friends and family painted compared to how I'm watching you move. You
It's
know what I'm
just
saying?
insane
Like,
to me too, like on a moral level. If you did something to this person and you know for a fact in your heart that you did do it, even if you got to lie to keep up face, to
yeah,
portray an innocent
absolutely.
narrative, why would you be harassing this person and shit talking them online and in the media? Like
I mean,
you did this
yeah,
dirt and you gonna still like do her like this continuously online?
yeah. Or to me, like my thing was even if like that's my whole point. Like, because that was the part that blew mine was that people kept litigating. Like, you could tell this was a case where the facts didn't matter because
Mhm.
everyone sit up here and talked about all these different things, and no one knew what this man's charges were. The
Literally.
charges were literally assault with a firearm, having a loaded unregistered firearm in a vehicle, and discharging a firearm with gross negligence. That was it. So literally
And all this shit happened.
having it, and then letting it go. That's literally all your charges consist of. So if I can prove you had a pop, you had that joint on you, and you let it off, that's all I gotta prove. I don't have to prove you meant something mean. I don't have to prove your intentions. I don't have to prove why. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I think
But
people kept
niggas
missing
think,
that.
yeah, exactly. Niggas think that he's locked up specifically for shooting Meg in the foot. He had 3 charges.
Yeah, and
All,
really the only one about actually hitting someone was assault with the fire. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the other two charges were just having it and discharging it.
look at the words of the charge too. It was like you just read it. It was assault with a firearm, and it ended up in an injury. Right? It doesn't even say that he specifically shot her. He could have shot the ground, and then a bullet fragment
Right.
lodged in her foot.
And that was the thing I was saying from the jump. Like, I'm just like, I'm sorry, like, dog, you can't convince me in a world where like if I pull a pistol out and I let it off, and somehow I say I let it off, it bounce off of this, it hits something, and that thing falls on me and that injures me. Brother, you are like, there's no mincing, there's no getting out of that you are responsible for that. So I don't care even if you never hit her specifically, it hits the glass shatters, she step on the glass, I don't care.
And
Nigga, that's
remember,
still
niggas
you.
was saying that from the like when the pieces were first coming out. Everybody
Hmm.
was saying, "Oh, he didn't shoot her. She just walked on some glass." Even
I was
if that
like,
happened,
so if you boom the glass behind her, that alone would be what? Let's go through the charges. Discharging a firearm with gross negligence for sure, and then an unregistered firearm in a vehicle. Those two would be guaranteed if you let it off at that window. And then assault with a semi-automatic firearm. You don't have to actually hit somebody for to get a. And I think that's the key distinction here. Like, I'm not entirely sure how assault with a semi-automatic firearm is classified, but to me, that sounds like a charge that they use when you didn't hit somebody. Because think about it. If they could prove you hit her specifically, you would have probably got a attempted murder charge.
Yeah.
Like, you would have got something a lot more aggressive than assault with a firearm. Because what is assault with a firearm? Ain't that shooting somebody? Like, there's you know what I mean? There's a term for that, and people get much bigger charges for that. So that's why, like, even with the charges, they were kind of already conceding the fact that, look, maybe we can't necessarily prove you hit her directly, but we can prove you had it. We can prove you discharged it with gross negligence, and we can prove that
something happened to her.
yeah, like
the,
she was assaulted by the man with the fire. Like, and
there's
then the worst.
X-rays of the fractures in her foot. The surgeon that did the work on her foot testified. So something happened, even if she didn't get directly shot.
Yeah, and then the worst part was really is just all the shit he was doing. But then, like, fast forward past a lot of this, right? And so now we get to the point where they're reading out the letters in jail. And they read out a bunch of letters. I think it was 70 something letters, friends, family, some people in the industry. One thing I did think was really funny was that when they were reading out the people who were like the letters, and I was just thinking, like, y'all said celebrities, and the only people I'm seeing is Mario and Iggy Azalea. And I'm not. I mean, I'm gonna slander them.
No, you should. You should. I was about to say, go ahead.
Like, I'm
No,
like, I'm
keep
gonna
going.
slander them. I'm just confused as to like Iggy is it like, especially, and the funniest part was it wasn't just Iggy Azalea writing a letter. It was Iggy Azalea's piping up afterwards, trying to save face. And I'm just like, dog, okay, I know you're from Australia, so maybe shit work different in the outback or something. But like, baby, like, if somebody's going to jail, right, and you write a character letter speaking about their character, what type of person they are, in a positive light, again, the whole point of that is to help their case. So for you to then come out on the back end and say, first off, I don't support anybody. I wasn't like, I'm not gonna read the
Wrote
exact
the
tweet,
letter.
but that's literally what it was. It was like, I'm not
Poorly wrote the
supporting
letter.
anybody. Like, yeah, first off, terribly wrote the letter, but it was like, I'm not gonna read all of it. I'm gonna get okay. Why are they? I don't want to see this. Oh my goodness. Oh, please don't search Iggy Azalea on Twitter. Good lord.
Why? What happened?
Dog, it's anything but what I want to see right now. Like just give me her response. I beg of you. Oh, these niggas is showing me anything and everything. But long story short, again, I can't see it. I can't find it. But she pretty much was just saying, like, oh nah, I didn't write in support. I didn't even speak on what happened with that case or nothing specific. I was just talking about how I'm like, shorty, what are you talking about? What do you like? Like, if we change the crime, does that change this? Like, how this hits in your mind? I just want to know, because if it does, then I'll try it. I'll try it out. Because it's like, if R. Kelly's on trial and you did the same thing, would you understand how then in that case it's support? Would you get it then? Like, if this was a murderer or someone else, like, would you then get it? Like, would you understand how the family would then see you as a supporter of this person? Like, I'm just missing how you think a character statement in court to help a man's case is not support. Like, that just and to me, I felt like, truth be told, I feel like I respect you the least for this route, because you then decided to step out, support your man's, and then with the backlash came, you just said, "Oh no, fuck my man. I wasn't really supporting him." That you're even nastier to me. I would
You
have
can't even
much
stand
preferred
on
you.
it, yo.
I would have much preferred you did what Mario did and just say, "Bro, I don't ever want to see no man." And like, I would have much preferred you just eat it, because you know what you was doing when you wrote that letter. Like, Mario was not dumb. Well, he's dumb, but he knew what he was doing when he wrote that letter. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't tricking himself into thinking, like, if I like that letter, that don't necessarily mean that Yeah, like come on, bro. Like that does not that's not how that works. Like, but yeah, and that's the whole thing. He was basically saying like I'm a good friend with him. I've known him, and so I'll get to Tory's, or not Tory's, Mario's, and so Mario wrote his and basically pretty much wrote a character letter, and he said all of that, right? So that was my thing where I'm just like that's what it was supposed to be. Again, don't write no nigga no letter of support, and then the instant you receive backlash, oh no, nah, no, okay, so fuck that nigga, fuck that nigga, no, listen, fuck that, fuck him, no, y'all not listening, y'all not no, listen, you said Tory is the name, right? Yeah, he a lame, yeah, like it's like, bro, that's your man's. Like, not to mention he was your manager at one point. He was helping you with your career or your mentor or whatever the hell he was calling himself, right? He's probably just fucking you and helping you a little bit. Like he's probably pulling the DJ self, but that's not the point. Like, it's just that like it's just like, dog, I'm sorry, that's just so cowardly to me.
Just
Like,
whack.
don't you dare. Yeah, that is
What are you
so
even trying to save face for? You don't have a career to save anymore.
right. Like, bro, not to mention you got an OnlyFans. Listen, one thing I've noticed. Niggas love to buy the OnlyFans content of women they don't like. So this could have worked out for you. Like this could have played in your favor. Like they'd have been like, oh my god, I hate that bitch. Oh, they would have been so mad that Iggy's like just slide that OnlyFans. Hey, check that out. It's only $10 right now. It's a little special. Niggas like, I ain't checking that shit out, man. What? Fuck her. Everybody leave the room. You said what was the link again? Like this could have been something for her, but fumble as usual. As usual. So this, this was hilarious. I thought, I saw Megan Thee Stallion put out a statement as well about this. And I think the worst part about this is that I feel like this case probably shouldn't have been a lot of things, but it became one.
Mhm.
And it became those things. And I think ultimately speaking, like that's just the cross you got to bear
I
because
think I think my favorite part about the letters is his hair doctor wrote a letter. You could tell he was just grasping at straws at some point because like, what did you think? Why do you think we care about the opinion of your hair doctor? He doesn't know you as a person. The
well, think
nigga
about
fixed
it.
your hair.
It probably got to a point to where you gotta understand if the top of what you could do was Mario and Iggy Azalea, you weren't getting takers. Like you were absolutely you put that like that APB out, that shit went unanswered. Like like you had to start like calling niggas specifically, yo, you see my email? Well, email about what? I sent you an email about Tory case. I was wondering if you could write. Hold, let me check. Nah, I ain't get it. You can send it again. He's like, well, nah, I'll just tell you on the phone. Nah, I gotta run real quick. But if you could just send the email again, then I if you could just send the email one more time, I get to it. I get to it as soon as I see it. I checked my spam folder. They wasn't in there neither. I don't know where it went. Like, it's just like, no, you can tell niggas was not trying to step out here and do all of that. Especially because think about it. Think about how many people put their neck out there early about this case. And then as a lot more shit came out and that shit got played, niggas had to shut their ass up.
Yeah, the main people that was talking shit about Meg and supporting Tory, um, they all apologized. Even 50 Cent, the nigga that notoriously talks shit and doesn't give a fuck, apologized
Yeah,
to
50
Meg Thee
apologized was
Stallion.
hilarious.
If
Like,
50
don't worry,
apologized, you know a nigga in the wrong.
don't worry, they still sticking pins in your voodoo doll. But I mean, you tried, you did apologize. I mean, that shows us something, right? But I promise you, brother, they are spit roasting your voodoo doll. But yeah, so big up. I mean, honestly, and the other thing is, I feel like this ought to be a lesson to niggas in one way or another. Like that's my whole thing. I don't care how you take the lesson from this. Just take the lesson from this. Whether the lesson is, I don't know, don't fire a pistol at a woman, or like whether the lesson is like keep your dick in your pants and you won't end up in these situations, or whether the lesson is don't be a thirsty nigga that's trying to bag it. Like you can't bag. Like, and that's another thing. That's another thing, right? You niggas have no sense of decorum in terms of you fucking with somebody and then you gonna fuck her less popular friend, then go back to her, and it's just like what, like again, allegedly, But it's just like, what are you doing? Like, if you fucking with Meg, what are you doing messing around with her? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? You niggas
It's
need to.
like you said, niggas just get on and start fucking anything. They don't care.
But you know what's crazy? I seen something where somebody was talking about how this nigga Tory Lanez hit. No, it was Miss B Nasty. You know who Miss B Nasty is?
I do.
Not him saying it like that. Nigga said that shit shamefully. I do. Yeah. But Miss
Against
B
my will,
Nasty,
mind you.
yo, sure. but but Miss B Nasty posted something. It was basically saying like how he was hitting her for like after he got after the trial, like basically like trying to set up a a link up for after the trial. Like, brother, you
Oh
thought
yeah.
you thought again, but this speaks to where the fuck your head is at, brother. You were in the middle of fighting for your freedom, your life, and probably your American citizenship. And this nigga in his head just goes, you know what?
I gotta set something up for when it's all over.
No, not just for when this is all over, but for when they exonerate me and I'm good to go. Like, damn, Miss be nasty. I gotta hit her a that. I gotta come. I gotta talk to Miss Splash Waterfalls herself. Like, it's like, dog,
He probably getting that squirt mobile.
you do you doing shit like this while your life hangs in the balance just goes to show, like, it's just this is always a hint of how that case is gonna go. So, yeah, you know. And the worst part is, again, the one thing I will always say is I never will go back to, bro. Meg was going to leave this alone. She wasn't even finna
Yeah,
tell on you at first.
that's the worst part.
She wasn't
And
even finna tell on
and
you.
everybody's still blaming Meg. Well, not everybody, but the niggas that saying free Tory are blaming Meg.
Mhm.
Nobody paying attention to the fact that the case was the state of California versus Tory Lanez, not Meg versus Tory Lanez.
Yeah, yeah. That's how every dummy saw us. Like, oh, like she da da da. I'm like, dog, she. When's the last time y'all saw me? Like a year and a half, 2 years ago, right? I ain't been in that courtroom since, right? Like, it's almost as if this case ain't got a damn thing to do with me. Not anymore, at least. Like, I already did my job, brother. Now you fighting against the state again, because this is some shit that if you would have kept it P, we could have figured that shit out.
Yeah, honestly, like you said in the beginning, all time bag fumble,
All the
possibly
time.
biggest bag fumble of all time.
I mean, this is nigga. I'm telling you, brother. This is
That
the
nigga
like.
would have been a superstar if none of this shit happened.
Mm-hmm.
Quarantine
Mm-hmm.
radio, even niggas that don't be on Instagram like that was going in to watch quarantine radio.
And don't get me wrong, I also tie in some of this fumble. Like, I tie in some of the baby fumble as well, because I think he fumbled very
Oh yeah.
hugely in the case. Because yeah, you clearly picked the wrong side, brother. Which again, and that was the part that killed me. Like, if we were gonna play politics, why would y'all not pick this the 5'11" baddie? What the fuck?
Because it don't matter how bad a woman is, she's still a female to these niggas.
I know. That's exactly why I'm picking her over Tory. What are we
No, 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 no,
saying?
no, no. When I'm talking about women, I'm only thinking about fucking them. It's always bros over hoes,
Listen,
honestly.
listen. That's exactly why I'm picking. Like, what is like none of this, bro? This all leads me to the same conclusion. Like, I was telling my brother the other day, like, it. Luckily, the case played out the way it did, but I'm here to tell you right now, if there was overwhelming evidence that this was a farce and that this is cap and that this actually never happened, I still would have sided with Meg Thee Stallion here, brother. You are doomed from the start, but then you just played it in the worst way possible. So now it's like, okay, well, it's easy. It's easy to hate now.
What I don't
But
understand is, unless you 1000% down to your very core believe that Meg is lying and that Tory is being set up or some kind of conspiracy theory or something, unless you 1000% believe that without a shadow of a doubt, why would you not be in support of the woman that was allegedly injured in a shooting? Unless you think the whole thing is made up just to convict another black man, or you think Meg is lying. If there's any doubt in your mind, why would you not support the woman that was shot by a nigga?
oh, well, I mean, I've got an easy answer for that to these niggas. It's misogyny mostly. Niggas don't like women, but even beyond that, my whole thing is if I'm like, I guess niggas just don't think of their careers, I guess. Like, and I'm not talking about just Tory. I'm talking about other niggas that are tangentially related to this. Like, brother, the first thing I would have been thinking about when I saw all of this back and forth on Twitter was, oh, okay. So my comments actually mean something to you niggas. So you know what I'm gonna do? Not give them to you.
I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
Because it's just it ain't no need for me to do so when shit I see what's happening. I see which side y'all rocking with, which side y'all not. So I know if I'm not on the side y'all rocking with, it's my job to shut the fuck up. That's my job. Like if I know y'all siding with Meg and that's what the populace is going with, and I know that's not the team I'm on, I'm shutting the fuck up. I am shutting the fuck up. I'm shutting up.
Supporting that nigga in silence. I'm hitting them up. I'm calling them, texting them. But I'm not saying nothing publicly.
I'm not even scared to be do that because these are the type
He
of
the
niggas
type
that
of
post
nigga.
screenshot. Yeah, like yo, they know what's up with me. Like, no, yo, what? But from that, we moved to. Oh, I had something in mind. I can't remember what it was.
Was it the Paddington Bear movie?
It may have been tangentially related to that, perhaps.
That's crazy because I just pulled that out my ass. But
Is that even
yeah,
real? Like, is that a thing that's actually happening?
nigga, there's 2 Paddington Bear movies.
Hmm. Okay, I
This
believe you.
nigga never seen Paddington Bear.
No, I believe you.
I mean, I
No.
haven't either, but I heard about him.
Like, see, I'm not. I just believe that's real. I believe it. I truly wish I could remember what I had coming off of this because there was something. It was. Let's see. We were talking
Was
about
it
the
a segue to
baby.
the next topic or?
It was similar. It's the segue into a. Okay. While I was on the topic, because I was thinking about the Mario shit and the Azalea shit. On the topic of celebrities saying shit that puts their career at risk, right?
Mhm.
I was gonna talk about Neo
Right.
because I don't know if you saw what Neo got himself into in the last week.
He pushed a woman off stage, right, for taking his hat, revealing his big ass head.
Oh wow, no, I didn't even see that, buddy.
What the fuck did Neo do other than that?
I didn't see that at all, pal. No, no, I didn't. No, I didn't see that at all.
What?
So this was how many? This was 10 days ago. Okay, so a little late and loose. Like, but who gives a shit, right? Neo talked to Gloria Velez. If you don't know who Gloria Velez is, she's a video vixen / model.
Okay.
From back, early 2000s, Real Chance of Love, and all that type of shit.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And apparently, and this is where, as soon as I saw this part, I was like, oh, this isn't gonna end well. Apparently, Gloria Velez is like I guess I don't want to say employee, but maybe maybe that's the right term. I don't know. Maybe she's an employee of Vlad TV, like DJ
Okay.
Vlad.
Yeah.
So I immediately saw that and I said, okay, Neo went on basically Vlad TV and talked to a video vixen / model. And I said, no, this probably isn't going to be good, is it?
It's gonna hurt the black community. Set us back,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's probably not going to be good, is it? However, what happened is he gets on there and they're talking about parenting, right? And so they have this discussion, and for some reason, they get on the topic of gender identity. You know where we're going here now.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, now you know where we're at. Yeah, we got them, hooked them in. So for whatever reason, let me find the. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll find the exact quote. All right, because I'm definitely not about to actually watch the video. Well, I heard the clip already, so it's like, I mean, I don't need to watch the video. But give me a second. I'm turning my ad blocker off because these niggas are annoying as hell.
Right. Right.
Okay, right. So he was talking about how he was just talking about like allowing kid to decide, their gender identity, so on and so forth. So he pretty much said all the transphobic shit you would think, right? Like I come from an
Mhm.
era where a man was a man, a woman was a woman, there wasn't only but two genders. That's just how I rock. Now you can identify as a goldfish if you feel like. I don't care. That
Oh,
ain't my
brother.
business. Yeah, here we go. It becomes my business when you try to make me play the game with you. I'm not gonna call you a goldfish, but if you want to be one, you go be one. We live in a weird time. Cool. Right. So he has 7 kids, all of this other shit. And he's
Damn, he
talking.
got 7 kids.
Listen, I'm about to ask him which one of them came from that woman he made get her tubes stopped and then
Jeez.
left her. But
Jeez.
yeah, no, I don't think niggas know. Neo is actually a supervillain.
He's
Like
this nigga.
he's actually a rancid nigga. Like like he's a rancid human being. But hey, look, he be putting them little fucking European dance songs out.
European. All right, man. Continue.
Yeah. Well, what I do? He do that. So he's basically saying like I feel like parents have almost forgotten what the role of a parent is. It's like okay, if your little boy come to you and say, "Daddy, I want to be a girl," you just let him rock with that. He's 5 years old. It's like if you let this 5-year-old decide to eat candy all day, he gonna do that. When did it come a good idea to let these kids who are so young make life changing decisions for themselves? I don't understand that. He can't drive a car yet, but he can decide his sex. Da da da, all of that, right?
Ooh, this man.
So yeah,
Ooh.
boo this man. This was on August 5th. Okay, so it's almost eight days ago, but almost weeks. Uh, no, he doubled down on his remarks on August 5th. So what happened was after this interview was released, somebody apparently that works for Neo or for the label pretty much put out a statement on his Instagram where they, like cookie cutter, straight from the desk of a publicist. After much reflection, I do owe the community an apology or that, like whatever that, the ones like
Mhm.
literally like the publicist apology, especially as it relates to the LGBT issues. And so I guess Neo was sleeping. He probably was having a good old time. He woke up in the morning and it was like, "Yo, Nee, I'm assuming they call him Nee. Yo, Nee, yo, you put that up on your Instagram? That's how you rocking, big dog." And he was like, "Why you asking it like you? Well, why you asking it like that? What you mean? What's up on my?" So he saw it and then was like, "Oh, nah, nah, nah."
Wait. So somebody put the apology out for him, and he canceled the
Yeah,
apology.
and he canceled it.
Nigga,
He basically puts out a video and he was like, "Nah, nah, 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 hold on. First and foremost,
you know what? I actually respect that, man. If you're gonna have shit takes, stand on it. I'm sick of niggas apologizing for shit that they don't even want to
yeah, like,
apologize
because
for.
like you truly believe this, right?
Yeah,
So don't walk this back as soon as you feel some heat. Stand in it and just let us throw rocks at you, please. Like that's all I'm asking.
this might be the first nigga in history I've seen just stand on some dumb shit. I kind of respect it.
I don't, but like at least I respect it from the sense that you're gonna let me get my shit off. Cause like
Yeah,
you're not gonna like, oh yeah, I wasn't feeling that. No, I apologize deeply and sincerely to the LGBT. You just saying that, nigga. Shut up. Like this is a nigga straight up saying, nah, hold up. First and foremost, I condemn no one. Who am I to condemn anybody? Your life, your kids, your choice. I was asked a question, I answered it. My opinion is mine. I'm not asking anybody to agree with me, nor am I telling you what you can and cannot do with your kids. I stated my opinion on the matter. That's that. Why should I care if my opinion upsets you when you don't care if yours upsets anyone? Opinions aren't specials. We all have them. People voice them regularly when they're asked. I was actually asked. So agreeing to disagree, da da da, all of this, right? So the funniest thing though was I saw a sort of side conversation pop up where it's just like, yo, y'all call everything transphobic, right? And I'm just like, this like I need y'all to understand this is transphobic.
this
Like
is textbook definition. This is
yeah,
like
like I know maybe it's hard for you niggas to catch it, but like I always think to myself, right? Like if we're gonna compare bigotry to bigotry, right? Let's make the through line, right? Like you got transphobia here. Let's switch it to racism, right? Like if you're gonna switch it there, it's real simple to me to how you play it, right? Like because again, for example, you got a white guy or even anybody who's not black, right? Speaking about black issues and incorrectly talking about these black issues, minimizing some of these black issues, trivializing some of these black issues. As soon as you said, well, you can identify as a goldfish, trivializing some of these black issues, saying there ain't nothing but two genders. Again, the science is literally in disagreement with you. You are wrong. I'm not telling you this is an opinion. I'm not telling you that's a feeling.
just factually.
That is
Nick,
factually incorrect. Because
do
if
these niggas
y'all
not understand that animals that don't have the same consciousness as humans do this regularly?
so think about this. This is my question, right? If you saw a white guy playing it like that, and then when confronted with the true and actual facts of, hey, listen, I know you think what you're saying is sound right because that's what you believed going up, right? But it's wrong. Here's the facts. Here's this. Here's that. And in the face of overwhelming evidence, you continue to double down on your stance and refuse to gain knowledge. Would you think that person is racist? Simple question, yes or no?
Undoubtedly, yes.
Undoubtedly, I 1,000,000% would believe you're a racist. So why is it so hard for y'all to understand why in that same situation where you are faced with information that maybe makes you uncomfortable, right? Maybe that makes you question what you grew up on and da da da. But instead of doing all of that, you're just gonna go, oh my god, it's more than two genders now, right? Brody, there's been more than two genders for a long. There's been more than two genders since Reagan was in office, nigga. Like that shit happened a long time ago. Y'all are just late. Now again, if you and again, here's the other thing, right? If you don't even know the difference between gender and sex, like again, I understand like people are just like, well, maybe it's not transphobia, it's just ignorance. But that's my whole point. That's my whole point. When you are ignorant about something, but you love to put your foot in it, right? And love to talk about it and refuse to actually learn anything and then continue to I'm sorry, that's gonna make you what they call you. That's gonna
It,
make you exactly that. Because again, let's bring it back to race. If I'm having a conversation with somebody who's not black about black issues, and I'm telling them, nah, no, 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 no. I know you were raised that way. I know that's where you come from. That ain't how it works. That's literally not what the facts say. That's not what the stats say. That's not what the real shit say. And then you say, look, man, look, I'm just saying, like, you like shoot you could do whatever you know what I'm saying. It's like you say like when you trivialize the black struggle, you do this, you do that, and you talk about how you don't understand why people are letting other people do that, and like I don't understand why black people are just it's like black people have forgotten what their role is, and it's like okay, you just gonna be okay if your son like it's like dog, listen to yourself. You are a bigot. Like there's no way around this. There's no way out of this one. So that's the part where I'm just like, I need y'all to just get the big because a lot of y'all will do that goofy semantic shit where, well, no, because phobia is a fear and I'm not
oh God.
afraid. Like, and it's just like, no, because the real definition says aversion. Look up what aversion is, and aversion actually accurately describes exactly how you niggas feel. Because think about it. Perfect example, right? If you're a white person and you're not right, no, it's not that I'm not right. It's not, I'm not racist. I just don't want to talk about black folks' problems. And when I do, I talk about it ignorantly. I don't want to live next to them. I don't want to think about them. I don't want to see them too much on TV. Again, dog, is that man a racist? Like, what are we talking about? Please don't do not play in my face. I know y'all can understand the concept when it's something you care about and it actually affects you. Like, and that's where it's just like it's so simple to see if you were to just again, if you just weren't a bigot. But that's the problem. You are. So in your head, it's just like, well, no, this is just how I come from. This is what I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Because I guarantee you, if we're playing the I come from an era game, let white people play it then.
Mm.
No, I'm just let them play it.
You trying to
Better
go
yet.
band for band, racist
Yeah,
for race,
yeah,
bigotry for bigotry.
exactly. You trying to go era for era. Come on, let them get it off. No, ladies, remember the era men came from? Like, let them get it off, right? Like, no, dog. I promise you, that's a no. That's a big fucking no.
I think
Because
what
I don't.
really pissed me off about what he said, aside from the outright bigotry and ignorance, is he proceeded to say, "I don't care. You can do what you want." You
Mhm.
obviously care if you're bringing it up and talking about this.
Not to mention, I hate this trend of people saying, "You live your life, I live mine. I'm not telling y'all how to live yours." Da da da. This and that. Right? And then let's keep going on. We live in a weird time. So you already are placing judgment on the people who allow that to happen. So again, you're not just letting me get my shit off. You are judging the people who let that happen. Then let's keep moving forward. I feel like parents have forgotten what the role. You basically telling me I don't even know what my role is. Like again, do not play in people's faces
It's
when you are.
patronizing.
Exactly. It's very fucking patronizing because it's like, brother, you are absolutely assigning judgment to this. You are assigning value to this. You are telling me that you're not telling me straight up, don't ever do this. You're telling me, I think the niggas who do this are weird. I think the niggas who do this haven't forgotten what their role is. I think y'all need to be more strong and stand up. And when did it become a good idea to make such a detrimental? What?
Detrimental.
You see what I'm saying? Like all
Interesting
these
word
words
choice.
mean things. All these words mean things. And then not to mention, other than that, there's one thing I would love. I want to dispel it because I think every big, and this goes back to my original point about the ignorance. Every bigot spouts the same shit. Why, when he says, when did it become a good idea to let a 5-year-old, a 6-year-old, or a 12-year-old make a life-changing decision for themselves? What's that decision? To wear a skirt, nigga? Huh? To wear a suit to prom instead of a dress?
Okay,
Life-changing decision? What's the
I was gonna say,
like? I know,
how is it life changing? I'm not getting
no,
that
but
part.
but here's where the ignorance comes in, because they're not referring to kids just aligning their lifestyle with their gender choice, right? You know what they're referring to.
They're talking about fully transitioning and
Right, that's
taking
fine. Yes,
HRT,
like the HRT, the hormones, the surgeries.
but that
Go ahead,
trans
please,
isn't the
please.
same thing as being gender neutral. Or he brought up the fact that there's only two genders, which is wrong. That still doesn't have anything to do with being trans. It's two totally different issues, two totally different
Mhm.
topics.
And I was going to add, even on top of that, when it comes to a lot of these surgeries and they children, let me say this one more, children can't get those surgeries.
Exactly. You got to be at least 16 in most states.
Right. And then even then, you probably need your parent, all this other shit. And then if you're like the only people who are getting them are like very extenuating circumstances, like for whatever reason, I don't know why or how, but it's just like, oh shit, we had to do this, or else something else major would happen.
Yeah.
So it's just like, bruh. But this goes back to my point. How many times a quick Google search would dispel that idea from your head? But you know why you can't dispel that idea from your head? Because you want to believe it.
Exactly.
You want to believe that that's what they're doing. You want to believe they're taking 5-year-olds. Oh, wait, what did you say? You feel like a what? Nigga just sitting there like, oh my God, say it. Say that shit out loud. I'll take you to the doctor right fucking now, nigga. Come
Oh
on,
man.
please, please,
Sick.
please, 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 please say it, say it, say it. I don't know if I want to wear pants anymore. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. All right. So your name is Deborah. What
Yo.
what we gonna do? like
You
you
think
act
niggas
like
chopping at the bit trying to get a trans
yeah,
child.
like it is like a 6-year-old child's going through a surgery for bro. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. Like that's my problem. That's my problem. The ignorance wouldn't be an issue if the ignorance was then being used to justify the bigotry. That's the problem. Because the ignorance is ignorance, right? I'm not mad at nobody for just not knowing. Like, if you don't know, you don't fucking know.
Right.
And if you're asked a question about something you don't know and people expect an answer from you, then I can understand you answering it wrong because you don't know better. But then when you add the judgment, when you add the bigotry, when you add all the other shit in, when you add the trivializing of the struggle, when you add all that in, it makes it very clear it ain't just ignorance that's the issue here. Because I'm telling you, listen, y'all know, like, nigga, you could tell what side I stand on. Nigga, I'm still ignorant to a lot of that shit. To a lot of that shit. I don't need to know so much though, because I know for a lot of it, I'm gonna let y'all niggas lead the way. Because
Exactly. All you
y'all would
gotta do
know
is just
what's
sit
more
there.
than I would. Like, I'm not about to sit up here and argue with a nigga who did the research, argue with niggas who know the studies, argue with niggas who looked at the stats, who show, oh, like, you get people who argue about all this shit. I'm not about to do it because I know y'all know better than I do. This is y'all, some of y'all, it's y'all job to know even. So, I will let you tell me how I go. So, and that's the thing, that's the problem though. When you a bigot, you can't give that. You can't give that to somebody. So this be my whole thing where I'm just like, it just be all the whole thing where niggas like, I just don't see that as bigoted, da da da. I know you won't. I know you won't until a white man do it to you, or until an Indian nigga, or an Asian person, or a Hispanic person do it to you. Let a Mexican nigga do that to you. Guarantee you'll see the racism now. Guarantee you, it'll be real easy for you to see it then. Mexican nigga told me, yo, you can identify as whatever you want. I don't care. That ain't my business. It become my business when you try to make me play the game with you. I'm not gonna call you that. But if you want to be that, go be that. So I told you I'm X, Y, and Z, but you're not gonna call me what I told. Like, okay, cool. So you don't
But
respect
you
me.
say
Yeah,
I can go be that, but you're not gonna call. What's the point of me going? What's the point then?
yeah, if you're not gonna respect it, so you're not gonna respect it. Okay, cool. Like, and that's the whole thing. Like, that's the whole thing about the whole opinion shit. We all got one, da da da. Y'all ask yours, da da da. We can agree to disagree. I'm like, bro, I don't need you to agree. I need, like, you can take whatever you want. I just need you to sit the discussion out when you don't know no fucking better.
Exactly.
That's all. That's all. Especially when I just don't believe a nigga like Neo, who had his wife go out and put out a Notes app apology where he was cheating on him or her with strippers, fucking them raw. You are not the nigga to comment on families. You
You
ought to
ever
sit.
notice something that it's always these shitty ass niggas that have these takes? Nobody, it's never fine, upstanding citizens that have issues with gay people or trans people.
Mm-hmm. No,
It's
and that's
always
what
the
everything.
gays.
That's what everything though. Like again, you know how many times I see that on Twitter. It'll be a conversation about and I've seen this a couple times, and I know the agenda is certain niggas trying to prove a point, but like I'll see like it'll be black women talking about fucking with white dudes, and then it'll be a black woman out of nowhere just like, well, I just don't see what's wrong with it, and you already know what's about to happen. They go on her page, they start they search up the word white,
Mm-hmm.
and it'd be the most heinous shit ever in the history, and I'm just like. It's always y'all with something to say. Like, it's always y'all with something to say. Like, because again, think about it. It's like a hit dog. A hit dog is gonna holler, right? The
Damn, I was gonna say
person
that.
who it applies to most is gonna be the one who feels so seen when you say that. Like when you say, yo, them girls that be fiending over white boys is pathetic. And mind you, if you're a black girl who don't even give a white boy the time of day, you would think nothing of that post. It wouldn't mean nothing to you. It wouldn't even mean anything to you. Even if you was a black girl who has dated a white man before, that post probably still wouldn't even like you get what I'm saying? But when you the one on Twitter talking about I'm a white man's whore and da 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 and all this other goofy shit. Oh yeah, when they say something like that, it, I don't know what it was. I just couldn't keep quiet. I just felt like I had to say something. No, I bet you did. You had to protect Massa. I understand.
Not massive.
But like that's the part that be killing me. Like it always be y'all. Like I'm just like, why is it always always a hit dog? And I see it every time. Like but yeah, so that's it. We praying for Neo's kids and his wife. Not that bald headed nigga though.
I'm praying for his downfall, but
I'm praying for that nigga to get a
hoping
hat that like auto suction cup to his head and it won't come off.
that nigga head is ginormous. It's crazy, honestly.
All them evil thoughts he got up there. He got a head cranium filled with cruelty.
Cranium filled with cruelty.
He got a cruelty filled cranium. Yeah, that's all it is. Yeah, it's just cruelty and European house music. That's it.
Stop. I used to like Neo until I learned all this about him.
I mean, listen, like I said,
Why
like
I like him? I like this music. I mean,
yeah, no, I never knew nothing about like him.
yeah,
I was
the
like,
whole.
solid.
I just learned today that what you said earlier about him forcing a woman to get her tubes tied and then leaving her, like
Yeah, it's nuts. Like, bro, that combined with you then cheating on the wife you left that woman for, with a bunch of stop, bro. Listen to me. Listen to me, sir.
this
Please
is a
take your bald ass.
dastardly nigga.
Yeah, please take your bald headed ass somewhere else, please. Yeah, I'm sorry. Listen, if you bald and you catching secondhand slander, I'm sorry. I should have pulled the ball slander out for Tory Lanez for real, but I ain't even really think of. I ain't put two and two together. I could have pulled it out for Mario. Is Mario bald?
No, Mario not bald.
He not bald? Has he ever been bald?
I don't think so.
Why I feel like he probably wasn't, but why I feel like that nigga was bald.
Maybe he shaved his head at one point. Every picture I seen of him, he had hair. It was short, but he had hair.
But anywho, let's see. What else we got on here? What we want to get to next? We got if we gonna let's stay on the topic of the shitbaggery. Let's slide to our last one. I think this. Well, no, I think we argue. I would argue we got two more. Well, no,
God
I would
damn.
argue we have more than.
God damn.
Yeah, it's been a lot of treachery going on the last week, man. So I was gonna get into the Liz Cambridge thing. I don't know if you've seen any of this.
Yeah, yeah.
This boy was this some shit. So I don't know if you guys heard the whole story. This is years ago. This is what, like beginning of the pandemic, I think.
Yeah,
2020,
this is
2021.
quite a bit ago.
Something like that. Liz Cambridge, who is a light-skinned woman who plays in the WNBA, who at the time, I'm not gonna hold you, I was finna jump off the dresser. Um, but then basically there was like these rumors coming out at like she was on the national team for who was it, Australia? Was it Australia? And they were playing against Nigeria. I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
It's Australia and they're playing against Nigeria. And so when they were playing in that game, scrimmages, closed door, there was a lot of shit talking. And then it got to a point to where it was pretty much alleged that Liz Cambridge called the monkeys, told them go back to where you come from, da da da, all of that.
That's
And it's
insane,
just
though.
like, I mean, it sounds just like a light skinned bitch. I ain't gonna hold you, but anywho,
Light
um,
skin is still she's part black, so to be calling other black people monkey is. I mean, I
it's like,
call
nah.
niggas monkeys all the time, but not derogatorily. I just be making
Well,
fun
no,
of
I
you.
mean, if I am gonna do it, it's gonna be for that. But like, it's like, but that's my thing. Like when you, that's kind of my point. Like when you gonna go that far, you got like, you gotta be willing to sit there, and like that's not something you're gonna sit on. So you can't, don't even say that. Like, don't even say that. Like that don't
Yeah.
even like, you were better off just calling them bitches, like like anything else. Um, so that was that, and then pretty much everyone said that that was what happened, and then that kind of died down because the audio or the clips weren't available, right? Then she went back to her team. I don't know which WNBA team it was, and I don't actually care because she didn't stay on the team for long anyway.
Hmm.
She ended up leaving that team, and she was basically saying she did an interview with Taylor Rooks, right? And yeah, Taylor Rooks, and again, Taylor Rooks strikes a
How's
fuck
she?
again. She strikes again. She strikes again. People get in front of Taylor Rooks and they come up with their best fucking lies, bro. I swear to you. They find the deepest, most incredulous lies, and they're like, all right, I'm definitely getting this shit off today. Hold on. Let me get this right. So so after I jumped from a 4-story fall, landed in the trash can, got up and fought all 6 of them. I had it's like, bro, what are you doing?
I mean, have you seen Taylor Rooks? I mean, you gotta
Listen,
impress her somehow.
I understand. I understand. So she gets up there. She's pretty much saying like when she got back to her WNBA team, she just couldn't take no more because it got to a point to where like all the girls on the team was talking a bunch of shit, da da da, this and that. Some of them wasn't passing her the ball right, and they just like, well, I feel like my coach was using me right. The players on my team couldn't get me the ball right, da da da, and all of this shit. And I'm not gonna hold you. Knowing what I know about sports, I paused the video right there, and I coughed really loud. But when I coughed, I was bullshit. I was like, "Shorty, you are." Hold on, let me go look up this woman's height, just real quick.
She's tall as shit.
I mean,
I
I
saw a
know she
video
is.
of her
I
getting
need to know
knocked
the
out
exact
yesterday.
numbers. Yeah, clean clapped on. There we go. 6'9", and you have the
Damn.
WNBA single game scoring record, right? So explain to me why you would think that your coaches don't know how to use you, your players, your teammates don't know how to pass. I'm sorry, sis. I'm sorry, sister. This sounds like you making some shit up. You are 6'9", bro. They couldn't miss you if they tried. What are we talking about? What are we saying? Right? So then when this whole interview comes out, she's getting a lot of shit off. 6'9" is crazy. Like, damn. So she's getting all this shit off, right? Da da da. And I'll tell you what, a whole bunch of the Nigerian players was like, yo, this bitch is lying. Like just flat out, like, nah, this
Yeah,
bitch is lying.
straight up lie.
Like she's 1,000,000% lying. Like that's not what happened. We was all there. Why would the non-Nigerian niggas said it? Like, bro, niggas not on our team said she said this shit. What are we talking about? Like your own teammates was there. We heard it. Like we can do all this funny shit and do all this dancing and da 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 this and that. And I think that video came out not too shortly after that. And so what she was talking about when Liz Cambridge mentioned being in cahoots, her words, right, with unspecified members of the team. And so when they said that again, when I tell you, apparently they were saying like the Nigerian players was fact checking this shit in real time, like, like. And then she basically who was it? Promise Amukamura, right, a guard for the Nigerian national team, who's also in the WNBA. Promise was like, no, that's not what happened. So then, of course, as the interview clips were circulating, a leak of the scrimmage video starts to circulate, right?
Mm.
Even though the audio is hard to hear at some parts, at one point you could tell them Nigerians had enough. So you can see that one play where Liz Cambridge is leaning on her and she just smacked old girl in the face. And again, we can argue about brother, that is very purposeful. It just is what it is. Again, watch some more sports and you'll be able to catch that.
Wait,
Promise.
wait, 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 wait. That footage I saw yesterday of her getting knocked out. This was the same game
That's the scrimmage.
where.
That's the scrimmage where she was calling them
Oh,
again.
I thought something recent happened. I thought she got knocked out like yesterday. I thought this was a different incident.
Oh no. So, but think about it. in that same scrimmage, if that's what's going on, y'all playing physical the whole time, you talking shit, they talking shit back to you, you smacking them in the face and they punch you, baby, you called them monkeys. I know
Oh
that.
yeah,
It's not
1000.
hard to believe at all that you just really felt like you little you midnight black it's like it's not hard to believe like you really got in your bag. And again, I told you, listen, if they ever accuse a light skinned bitch of being colorist, I believe them every
1
time.
billion%.
Every time I'm with, like, when they say believe women, that's what I'm going with when it comes to that. Like, I'm just gonna believe you did that shit. So anywho, right? All of this happens and da da da. This whole statement comes out, and then those scrimmage videos come out, right? And
Mm.
guess what happens right after the scrimmage videos comes out?
This interview with Taylor Rooks.
No, interview happened, and the clips were coming out as the interview was
Oh,
happening.
okay.
So former WNBA star Liz Cambage has issued a new statement on social media in an attempt to clarify remarks she
Okay.
made about the controversial incident. In light of the circulating footage between two teams, I want to provide clarity on my recollection of the shorty.
Clarity
Let
on my recollection, nigga.
let me just tell you what we finna do from here.
Mm.
We finna ignore this whole statement because at this point, I'm not hearing it. I'm not hearing it. And to me, the most damning part, again, if y'all watch enough sports, is something else you will notice. The most damning part is that girl ran from under the hoop, under the rim, to your bench, smack you in your shit, and nobody on your team gave a fuck. Not
That says
one of
something.
your that says everything. That says everything. Not one nigga on your squad helped. Dog, nah, no, bro. No, bro. I've seen it too many times, bro. This is very indicative. I know when I was in high school, and there's certain times, certain niggas on my team, if he got into it, I wasn't coming for that nigga. I wasn't backing him up. I wasn't giving
I
him no
knew
help.
that nigga was in there.
He ain't one of them one. Get y'all licks in for my coach get over there. You better get your licks in for the nigga that's gonna help him. It won't be me, but y'all better get y'all licks in. So yeah, like that's the crazy part. Like, and the wildest part is right, even in 2022, former Australian captain Jenna O'Hea made a television appearance and was asked if it was true that she used racial slurs and if it was true that they had not spoke since the incident. She said both were true. It is all 100% correct. Bro,
Jesus.
the captain. Like it's done. 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 I'm finished. I'm finished. And they said and she was like, yeah, there was a whole bunch of shit she was lying about. So anyway, she's cooked. She's not coming back to the WNBA, but it's fine. She plays for Maccabi Bnei Ashdod of the Israeli Female Basketball Premier League. Don't know if I got
Okay.
that right. Don't really care. Because like you shouldn't put some of these letters next to each other, but it is what it is. But yeah, so we got her. We fucking got her. What else? What else? What else? What else? Let's see. Let's see. Oh, shitbaggery. All right, that's what we're on.
Is this whole episode gonna be about shitbaggery? Because it seems like there's a lot going on.
Well, no, we'll get into the Freak Nick musical and some other stuff that's less about shitbaggery. Um,
I put Freak Nick the musical on there.
mhm.
I must have been
You had
fucked
to
up.
because I certainly didn't. Not to mention, what is Freak Nick the musical? like what does that even mean? What does that even mean?
Go to YouTube and type in Freak. You don't remember? You might not have seen it. It was Freak
Oh,
Nick the
I remember you
musical.
were. Yeah. I saw that you were posting the clips with T-Pain and all of that shit.
Yeah, this came on Adult Swim back in like 2007, 2008. T-Pain was the ghost of Freaknik that came back alive to have the biggest party of all time. And T-Pain is the GOAT. You know, his singing is beautiful, melodic. That movie was fucking insane. Like crazy. They really embodied from all the shit that we've seen about Freaknik, they embodied it in that show. I can't believe more people haven't seen it. I thought it was like popular. I guess it's just me.
Mm-hmm.
I
Um,
just I be seeing shit.
what else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What was I gonna go to? Oh, so I was gonna get into this Reason and TDE thing. I don't know if you saw this at all, or if you know who
Uh,
Reason is.
it sounds familiar. Yeah. I know what reason is. Yeah.
Okay, so Reason, for those who don't know, the rapper on TDE was signed, I think, 2018, and he's got a few joints. Actually, I think he's got an album that came out. No, right. Let me see. Reason's got an
I don't
album
know.
out.
I know reason, but I don't listen to reason.
Let's see. I mean, I don't listen to Reason either. I've just seen him in a few different places, like a few different podcasts and stuff like that. Um, Porches. Porches dropped 11th, August 11th. So go get that Porches. Go rock with Reason. And I only say this. I don't know much about Reason. But I only say this because he was on a podcast. I think back on Fig. I don't know if you've seen any of this. These are some of the. So you know some of the niggas who used to be with Adam 22 and they stopped fucking with Adam 22. Obviously when he decided to be a supremacist, and they sort of just.
Wait. Wait.
Mhm.
So like I know about Adam 2022 being a cuck, and I know him being an alleged PDF file and
He said
trying.
PDF file. I'm crying.
You two don't like when you use the actual word.
Yeah, no, I'm sure.
But
P3DO.
I know he was trying real hard to fuck a 16-year-old, and he was so proud of it. Like he wrote about it in a blog.
Oh yeah,
Um,
no, I remember this. Yeah.
I knew about all this, but he's a white supremacist now.
Well, yeah, not that's not what I'm getting at. But remember,
You
he
said
had a bunch.
supremacist. What do you mean by
What I'm
supremacist?
saying is he had a bunch of those niggas on his shit. Like, do you remember that? Like he was having like former. He had Richard Spencer on there. He was getting like a bunch of bum ass niggas to
I
be on.
never I never. Well, first of all, I don't like Adam 22, so I never followed any of his shit. The only time I saw his clips is when it was rappers or you know, niggas that I would know. So I didn't know he had Richard Spencer and other alt right niggas on his podcast, but it tracks.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's had Destiny, that other stream nigga that's an absolute fuckhead. He's had a whole bunch of. He's got a collection of fuckheads, like essentially, and it's just he's just branching out more and more into the fuckery.
Okay, so
Uh,
the niggas that was with him left because he was getting deep into the fuckery.
yeah, because they were just like, yo, look, dog, like now you doing a lot of other shit, and like you got the Island Boys on here, you got whoever is willing to show up and just act like a fucking idiot.
Literally, just
So
niggas showing up. Yeah.
yeah, so a lot of these niggas left with there was a specific nigga, I think it was like T Rail and some of these my brother is much more versed in like the actual lore, quote unquote, of all this. I don't know it like that.
Adam 2022 Lord.
I just know it enough because a lot of these niggas are like LA niggas, right? So anyway,
hmm
back on Fig is a LA podcast about hip hop, pop culture, all of that type of shit, right? And so they're on there, and then they have Reason as a guest on there, right?
hmm
So with Reason as a guest on there, they're talking, and so Reason, again, he's had an album that's dropping on Friday, or that dropped this past Friday that just passed, and so he's
hmm
been doing a little press run, right? Where he went to, I think he went to Joe Budden's podcast, he went to this podcast, and he probably went to a few other places. I don't know exactly where he like every place he's been going lately, but he's been who else? Let's see what he said with like da da da. That was okay. That was a minute ago. What's from this one? That's from this year, 2 weeks ago. This one is from Vibe. Like, so okay, yeah. So he sat with a whole different bunch of different people. So what I did notice though was the common thread with all the appearances was that he was expressing some displeasure with his label, right? And pretty much a lot of that was like he just felt like, hey, listen, like I want to be able to drop consistently and have some say over when I drop, like da da da. And what I will say is, I feel like he navigated it well. I feel like he played it like he made it clear he had
He was
his
amicable.
yeah, exactly right. He was amicable. Like he made it clear I have my gripes. I've got my things that I don't necessarily care for, but I'm not gonna blame it and say it's the label's fault. I'm not moving because it's not the label's fault. Like I know that there's shit I did wrong. I know that there's shit I'm not doing. I know that there are things that I'm not seeing. Things that y'all have to consider that I will probably never even think of, because y'all are a label and I'm an artist, right? Like, so there's just certain things that are always going to get lost in translation where y'all might make a decision and I'm thinking it's based on personal or based on this or based on that, but y'all basing it on a metric I have no frame of reference for because I'm a fucking artist. I don't even need to know that. So again, I felt like he played it pretty amicably, right? Where he was basically just saying like, da da da, I want to drop more music, I want to put some more shit out, da da da, all of this stuff. And he gets on back on Fig and he's doing something similar to that, where he's talking about the album, talking about what's coming up, the inspiration for the album, da da da, all that shit. And for whatever reason, Musa, who is one of the, I think he's the co-president of TDO with him and Punch. Musa decides to call. Musa is the son of Top, like Top Dog, like the nigga who the label's named after. Musa calls in, and it was like a 9-minute video, a stretch, and I think it might have went on longer than that, but the video I saw was 9 minutes. And in this video, him and Reason are getting into it, and it gets nasty quick, because it's like he calls in and his like one of the first things that he comes out of his mouth, he's like, all right, yo, listen, like he's talking to the two guys on the pod, like whose pod it is. He's like, all right, I want y'all to name 10 Reason songs.
Oh
Like,
no!
can y'all name 10 Reason songs? Remember, this is an artist on the label he's a president of,
That's
right?
insane.
So he's like, can y'all name 10 Reason songs? And then
If you can't name 10 songs for a nigga that is on your label, why the fuck do you have him on the label?
Right, but like again, it gets worse because he's doing all that, da da da. And one dude's like, I mean, shit, you give me enough time, I can name. I know a bunch, but like 10 on the spot is crazy. Like, come on. And then the other dude in the middle is just kind of like, come on, man, like da da da, like what we on, like da da da. And then so first off, that's corny to begin with because it's like, bro, you can do that with a lot of artists, and that don't mean a fucking thing. I can't name 10 Trippie Redd songs. I can tell you Trippie Redd still have motion. I couldn't name 4 Trippie Redd songs. He still got motion. I know he do. like I know he do. I know a lot of these niggas who I don't care for, I don't pay no attention to, da da da. But even so, he keeps going, and then he's talking about Dave Free, who used to be the former. I forgot Dave Free's role. Was he an executive or was he a president? I forgot his role at TD. I think he was a president. He also was a producer at one point, but I think he was the president. He's basically saying like Dave Free signed you, like nigga, you a substitute teacher. Like that's literally like verbatim what he said. Like you a substitute teacher, and I thought that was corny too because it's like even if that's true, right? Even if Dave Free, like and this happens in sports, right? One coach loves a guy and he fights hard for the guy, and then a new coach comes in and he's like, I don't give a fuck about that nigga.
Yeah,
I don't care about that nigga. And so even if that's the case, then you have two options. Either you get that nigga off your label because you think he's a substitute teacher, or you help the substitute teacher become a regular teacher, right? No? I mean, I feel like those are the only two options. Either I decide I don't want you on my label, it's like, nigga, you a bum. All you doing is complaining, da da da. Or, all right, maybe we need to do our job, we need to do our half, do this part, da da da, this and that. And if it don't pan out, then it don't pan out. But it just was a lot of like, you could tell it was animosity. Like you could tell like Musa probably had been hearing some of these statements that he was making on these media runs, and he probably just had enough. Like at that point, you could tell like the nigga was just like, all right, you want to do this publicly, then fuck it. I'm just gonna do it publicly.
He didn't even do shit publicly. Like you said, he was
like I hinted at something.
He had some gripes.
Yeah, I had some gripes, and I might have hinted at some deeper issues. But nigga, are you kidding me? Like, are you kidding me? Like, and the funniest part was, again, even in this instance, I think Reason handled it well still, because every time he spoke, he was just like, all right, listen, let me tell you something. Stop me if I'm lying. And he would say something, da da da, this and that, and the old boy would just chime in with something entirely different. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it'd be like, oh, okay, so you don't want to talk about facts. Your panties in a bunch, so you just want to say some mean things. I understand. I get it. I know where you at. Like, but then this is really what makes it nastiest for me is because it's like, brother, you are a Nepo baby. You're here because your dad was top. So for you to really come here and to like it's just so nasty that this is your artist, right? He got on Joe's podcast, and that's like an hour long or however long that podcast was, and played it very well. For an hour and some change, nigga, he had to make sure he ain't run into no bullshit and da da da. He gets on this podcast, probably does another hour here, has to play it well. Goes to some other place, some radio show here and there. He's got to play 20 minutes here, 30. So this nigga's been speaking for hours and still, I feel like, has played the game well. You get on this bitch for 10 minutes and immediately get to fucking this up.
Hmm.
And it's like, so you just don't got no responsibility here, huh? Like, it's just at no point is it your job to like, and that's all it kept coming down to.
How
Like,
old
he
is
just
he?
who Musa?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Let's see. I don't know. Who fucking knows?
Because he's, to me, this is sounding like it sounds like a young guy that's like not used to running a label, like a 23-year-old nigga that's put in charge of some shit he don't need to be in charge of. Don't tell me this nigga's in his 30s acting like this.
I don't know. I actually don't know. So anyway, but I think what he was really upset about, right, is that Reason was talking about, so he was unhappy with the rollout for his album. He was talking about there were certain features he wanted that TDE didn't secure for reasons that weren't necessarily money, right?
Mhm.
Like, and he was saying like we had certain features lined up that could have went through. We had the budget, we had the feature lined up, but it took too long for people to politic. It took too long to get it pushed through. Feature price either ended up going up, or something goes wrong, or something goes away. Content ideas lined up, not executed. Rollout is lined up, not executed. So he's saying all these things, and he's basically saying like I had Lotto lined up for something, not executed. I had ESTG lined up for something, like we just didn't push through. Like we got a price set, we got a video and verse, takes too long to get on there, right? Like, and he spoke specifically on the ESTG shit because he said, he was like, yo, this is what we want to do. By the time we ended up connecting with ESTG and reaching out, he dropped the record with Future, and the record went crazy. Now the feature was 25,000 more than what it already was.
Oh
And
man, yeah, I'd be
all
pissed too
these
in that
other things.
situation.
Right. And so all the other things. Right. And so the thing I always thought to myself though, right? Think about this. I don't know which particular feature song he's talking about that went crazy. ESTG and Future. And I'm looking at they got a couple songs together. And I'm thinking of the one that went crazy was probably Shoot It Myself. And that was 11 months ago.
Good lord.
So that's just, I don't know if that's the one that went crazy because he has mad songs with Future, but none of these other ones to me went crazy. Like High Number, that didn't go crazy. All I Talk, that didn't go crazy. Like Chickens didn't even go crazy to me. Dead Wrong did not go, like none of those songs didn't go crazy. So I'm just thinking like, okay, so that's 11 months ago. Like the price goes up after that, and it's like that is kind of crazy because this has always been the complaint, right? That TDE is a label that bullshits.
They fuck around. This, yeah, like you said, this isn't the first time we're hearing this about TDE.
Yeah, and then so basically Musa called and he was mad. Basically, he was saying like Dave Free never even wanted to sign you in the first place. Like, He never wants to sign you. He called him a substitute teacher. Like nigga said you had talent, but it's gonna take more than talent. And then literally before they even start arguing, Reason literally asked like, you want to have a conversation or you want to go viral? What you want to do? And well, he picked.
Yeah.
He picked. But here's my problem, right? This is the complaint every fucking TDE artist has.
Well, obviously there's some truth to it.
Fuck some truth. SZA said it damn near verbatim. Now, granted, SZA is a pathological liar, so we do have to take that with a grain of salt. But we don't, because think about it. SZA dropped Control in 2017, right? That album proceeded to go crazy, and then she sat down for 6 fucking years. So whether she's lying or not, nigga, it did not take 6 years for a new album to come out. So there's that. Then there's Absol also voicing this same exact complaint about them not letting him drop music. Okay. Then there's Kendrick Lamar deciding, taking a long break from rap, coming back, and the first thing he says, PG Lang, I'm not on whatchamacallit no more. Which, granted, I think that might have had less. I mean, it could have been both. It could have been the label complaints, or it could have just been like, nigga, I'm bigger than the label at this point. So my thing is, a lot of your artists have said this. And not just that, fuck what your artists have said. I watch your artists put out an album and never show up again for 5 years. And so think about it. I can understand why a guy like Reason is complaining, because it's like, if I get one album every 3 or 4 years and I can't even get the features I want on it, like, yeah, dog, I'm gonna have an issue. Because then I gotta wait 4 or 5 years and then hope that I still can do, you know what I'm saying? Like, and basically he was just saying, like, nigga, no features wasn't gonna secure your shit, nigga. Like, a feature wasn't gonna make your album pop, nigga. A feature, first off, that's factually incorrect. That's literally how a feature can
Literally.
work. But even more than that, I don't even think he's talking about it from an angle like, oh, Lotto or ESTG would have made my album pop. No, bitch, that's the feature I wanted, nigga. That's all I'm getting at. I'm not getting at these motherfuckers would have made my album blow up or made my album some all-star. No, nigga, who gives a shit? I'm saying these are the niggas I wanted to do a song with. I told y'all, I laid it all out. I came up with a plan, da da da. Y'all took too fucking long, and I couldn't get the features. That don't got shit to do with, you know, me acting like them niggas were gonna save me, da da da. But of course, that's how Musa is gonna paint it because I'm mad, and now I want to make you look like a sucker. Like, so I'm just like, bro, at this point, please get off of this label. I'm so sick of niggas signing to this label. Stop fucking signing to this label, bro. Perfect example. You know who Sir is? R&B
Sounds
artist.
familiar. Yeah.
Sir dropped some shit in 2020. People loved it. People loved it. Perfect example is John Redcorn. It's a song that they always be talking about. Always talking about. That came out on an album called Chasing Summer in 2019. We ain't heard shit from Sir since. Guess what label he signed to?
EDE.
Yeah, you see where we're going? Like, dog, it's the same shit. I don't care who say it. It's the same complaints. It's the same shit. I'm watching it happen. Nigga might have had a single or two, but it's like, bro, in 4 years, for me to have less than 4 singles in 4 years, what are we saying? Like, what are we saying? So it's just, I'm sorry, like shit like that. It's just, I see it. We are witnessing it. We're watching it. We're watching it. So I'm tired of the excuses. And then the worst part was you get Punch going online, doing this what do you call it? What do you call it? This mysterious act. And I listen, I'm very fucking sick of niggas doing this shit. You know, I'm sick of you niggas tweeting in fucking riddles and shit when there's actual you know what I mean? There's actual gripes that people have with y'all, and y'all just talking riddles like y'all fucking NFL wide receivers. That shit pissed me off so fucking much, bruh. Cause it's like you niggas will be accused of doing some shit like, oh, you just didn't help your artist, you didn't do this, you didn't, and niggas be the hair that
Oh,
runs the race slowest will never be Sunday's best. And you like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? Shut up, nigga. Like, what are you like, bro? I promise you I can go to Punch shit right now, and he either arguing with niggas on there because that's what another thing he love to do, or he just talking some mysterious shit. Like, it's corny. It's
straight
corny.
cornballery.
Like, nigga had to, like, that big bad mean old label narrative is getting stale. I'm like, well, then you should probably dispel it, my nigga. No. Like, no, maybe you should try doing something about the narrative. No.
That would make sense to me, but what do we know?
Yeah, and then literally when I tell you he has upwards of upwards of 250 replies on here. This nigga responded to every single one of them.
Oh, you know a nigga down bad when they reply to every reply.
Not everybody, but when I'm telling you, like at least 100 replies is in this
If
bitch. I'm
I'm
looking at
getting some heat and I'm responding, fighting for my life in replies, I lost already.
it. Yeah. So like that's what I mean when I say it's no wonder your breadwinner bounced when he really realized like, nah, I'm good with this mom and pop shit like that y'all running, like, because TDE is a label to me that y'all have blown up despite y'all efforts.
Yeah.
Like SZA, all these artists have gone crazy despite y'all efforts. Because I think, of course, listen, it's real easy for a label to, oh shit, the fans love it. The fans made this song a hit. Now I could just throw my money behind it. That's the easiest thing in the world to do. Anybody could have did that. Like, it's just like, listen, it's like the Ice Spice shit. Munch came out. You see how it's moving, and then I throw money behind Munch. Yeah, duh, nigga, that's easy. But the problem with TDE, I feel like they don't want to promo nothing. They don't want to push nothing. They don't want to spend nothing. I'm like, is this a money laundering front? Like, what are we doing here? Y'all don't want to do nothing, push nothing. It's like, why does Reason have to basically get it out the mud when he signed to a label so you niggas could help him get it out the mud? Like, what am I missing? Is that not the point of signing to a fucking label? I miss the days where niggas would sign to labels and the labels would fucking help niggas. Like I thought that was kind of the point. But now the label's like, well, nah, you're gonna need more than talent. You gotta do all of this. You do the promo, you line this up, you line that up, you push this,
Nigga,
you
I
push
might as
that.
well
You
be
spend your
a,
money here, you spend your money there.
I
You
might
might
as
as
well
well
not
be
even use a
independent.
fucking label. Yeah.
Yeah. I might as well just sign a distribution deal or something. Like, but you gonna make me do everything. And guess what? Guess what happens though? I do all the legwork, and if something pops off, you know what's gonna happen? Y'all gonna dump y'all money into it, and then it'll take off, and y'all take the credit. Which, granted, I mean that's what a label does. That's what a label does. But even other regular, ordinary labels do more before then, though. Don't seem like y'all do it. So that just be the shit where I'm just like, dog, I'm sorry, like these TDE niggas look musty. This shit looks trash. Like that shit looks garbage, dog. So it's just like at this point, especially, I'm just like, I really want this nigga Reed. I want everybody off of that label, off of that shit. I would TD Top Dog Entertainment. Let heaven be a record. You will crumble. Like it's just like, bro, I'm so sick of this, bro. Cause y'all got some of the niggas I like the most on y'all fucking label, and they're in prison. They can't come out. They can't come out. Nigga, Schoolboy decided he just gonna golf and shit.
I
Might as
totally
well,
forgot Schoolwork he was even on TDE. We've been talking
might
this
as
whole
well just
time.
golf.
When
Might
was
as
the
well
last
just go
time this
golf.
nigga put music out?
Oh, Schoolboy?
Yeah.
Probably 4 years ago.
Hey, at least he managing his money well because niggas not dropping music for years at a time and they not going broke. So I mean, respect to that, but it shouldn't
Hmm.
have to be like that.
Look at that. It was 4 fucking years ago.
Jesus Christ! And was it an album or was it a single or something?
It was an album. It was Crash
Oh,
Talk.
okay. Oh, okay, yeah.
Like, but that'd
Niggas
be my
literally
thing,
might as well
bro.
be independent. This is crazy. This is
It's useless, like,
foolishness.
bro. It's genuinely useless. I'm sorry. Like, I don't see the point. I don't see the point in it. I don't see the point because it's like, especially if then you gonna call into a label when I got some real gripes, and I get it. To me, it's like they do this in sports where it's just like you can say a factual statement, but because you said it out loud to the media, there's a gripe to be had because it's like that's something we need to speak on. But the problem with that, I think that's bullshit, is that that's a very convenient way to shut somebody the fuck up.
Yeah,
Especially
because we
when,
say we need to speak on it and then we never speak on it.
or here's the alternative, which happens quite a lot. We speak in private on it and you just don't fucking care or don't move, right? Like I tell you exactly what my concerns or my gripes are, da da da, and you give me a bunch of bullshit, a bunch of media bullshit, a bunch of business bullshit, and then I'm just stuck there with the same shit I came in with. Except now, you in your head, you looking at like, look, I just told that nigga we not doing it. Da da da. This and that. You didn't tell me shit. You didn't tell me nothing. You just made a bunch of excuses for why you wasn't finna. Like, don't ever sit up here. If my gripe is that y'all not pushing me, y'all not doing it. Don't ever sit up here and come talk to me about niggas can't even name 10 of your songs and da 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 this and that. Like you got niggas right in your backyard that get dog. Ain't no way a label founded in California with mostly California acts is gonna then tell me Reason, the California artist, that because no one knows me in California, that's Reason's fault. Is it? It's at least partially his fault. Yeah, sure. But that's also why I signed to a label, especially a label with roots in fucking California.
You're making a little bit too much sense here.
What the fuck did I sign for? That shit don't make no sense. Perfect example of shit. Well, I know Isaiah Rashad had some he had some other shit go on.
Is Jay
Uh
Electronic on TD?
no. That would be bad for them, but no. But yeah, so that's why I'm just like, man, like I'm so sick of this label. I'm so fucking tired of it, yo. I cannot take any more of this shit. Like, I want you niggas, I want this shit to crumble. I'm sick of you niggas, bro. Like, I'm very sick of it. Like, cause it's no point. It's no point. It is no point of fucking with it. But let's see. Do-do-do. Oh, what else we got? What else we got?
You
What's the
said
next up?
there was another shithead, right?
Oh, this was just a police raid in Kansas that led to a 98-year-old woman dying. But I don't know. We have time for that?
I I mean, I'd rather not.
Okay. Well, yeah. Just know that cops in Kansas are bugging the fuck out.
Hey, cops everywhere bugging out. Did you see the kid that got arrested taking the trash out?
Oh yeah, I did see that. I did see that.
I'm telling you, man, cops they ramping up the violence. I mean, the
Shit, ain't no
cops are always violent, but
Yeah, and that's the other thing that people fail to realize. Like, it's just like I wouldn't even. Well, I guess some people fail to realize it on purpose, but it's just like at this point, like I don't know if it's ever been any more clear to y'all that like police are literally just a rogue gang. Like there is nothing that roots them in the realities of the world. Not the law, not the taxpayers, not politicians. Like, dog, they run this shit. Like when they decide they're gonna move and they're gonna do some shit, there isn't any stopping this. Like maybe you can stop them on the back end years later, but like before then, you still get cooked.
that's not even stopping them. That's nigga, you're getting compensated for
Right? Yeah.
finding
I'm not even talking
something.
about money. I mean, like for example, it's like this, like that raid I was talking about. Like that might be some shit that they probably find this illegal in the Supreme Court or in like the state court or some shit maybe 2 years from now. But what does that mean if in those 2 years between now and then you pretty much just harass the shit out of people, ruin their lives? You know what I mean? Like it doesn't fucking mean anything then.
True. Sadly.
Um, but yeah, no, this was definitely something. Like they raided a newspaper, the Marion County Record,
Oh
newspaper
yeah, yeah, yeah. I did hear about this.
in Kansas, and apparently they had been looking for what was it? What was it? Well, apparently, they were saying that they were investigating this police chief for allegations of sexual misconduct. And so
Oh,
what
okay,
happened
so
was they got a lot of these
yeah.
allegations, but no one would go on record, and so they couldn't necessarily corroborate them. So they kind of let it go, right?
Mhm.
But knowing that there's still an investigation going, them niggas was like, "Well, I want to see who your sources are," and so they raided them, right? Uh, and the thing was people are basically just saying like so basically there was a search warrant that was signed by a magistrate judge, and I think, and again, I'm not too good at law here, but someone pulled up a provision of federal law about protections against searching and seizing materials from journalists, and it appears this is as blatant a violation of federal law as it could be,
Hmm.
because the law literally explicitly states that you must subpoena materials,
They just
right?
don't give a
Like
fuck.
you subpoena the material. You can't raid the office and just seize everything. It's illegal, right? Now, of course, the judge didn't respond to why she would authorize this, and
Of
of
course.
course, the judge can't. I mean, truth be told, there's only two ways about this, right? Either the judge A is in cahoots and was like, "Yeah, yeah, get them niggas," or B, the judge understood, I might die if I don't do this. So
Yeah, it's not a whole lot I could do to stop these niggas. So
yeah, it's not really a whole lot of back talk I can do when they basically are telling me, "Yo, listen, you're signing shit. We about to raid the offices," and yeah, you're like, okay. So
it's
you
not
guys
exactly
know that's
illegal.
and the nigga put the barrel of his pistol on the table. Yo, come
Sign the
on, man,
shit.
come on. I don't want to hear that shit, man. And so yeah, so this was a whole bunch of shit that and this actually comes right after apparently this follows a news story about a restaurant owner who kicked reporters out of a meeting last week with a United States representative, and revelations about the restaurant owner's lack of a driver's license and conviction for drunken driving. Now, granted, that's the smokescreen that they given. I don't even think it got nothing to do with this United States rep. Like I said, they were investigating that police chief for sexual misconduct, and I think that's really what it was for real. But yeah. So it's staff member said only police chief could answer questions for this story, and that he had gone home for the day and could not be reached by phone. Da da
Oh,
da.
how convenient is that?
Mm-hmm. They had the KBI, which is like the Kansas FBI, basically. Um, Replied by email to a question about whether they were involved, and they said, at the request of the police department, we began an investigation into allegations of criminal wrongdoing. Now, this strikes me as weird because they're saying at the request of the department, so I don't think that's what they're I don't think that's what they're going for.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is literally exactly how they this is what they do. Like literally, there's a federal law that straight up says you simply are not supposed to just seize all my shit from a journalist. You have to subpoena the materials, and if I don't respond to the subpoena, then you can walk in and snatch my shit. But you know why they didn't want to do that? Because why would I want to give you a heads up that I'm looking for you? Like,
Yeah,
I want to show up the day of and take everything. So even if I don't find nothing damning on here, all I need is some search history. I'm gonna find something. I promise you, I'm gonna find some weird, some silly shit, some goofy shit you was doing. I'm on your ass.
yeah, I might plan some shit, honestly.
Talk about it. Nigga, pull out that flash drive. What's on that? You don't want to know what's on here, Brody. Just know
Nigga
I'm
about to get
transferring.
5 to 10 from this flash
Uh-huh,
drive.
I'm transferring it to their computer, and then I'm finna put it back in the safe.
That's a scary thought that they just got a flash drive full of unsavory
Mhm.
files that they just keep on hand. They got it locked up, and then they just, whenever they need it in a pinch, they just go ahead and inject that in that computer.
Inject. Niggas using USB 3 for that, yo. Them data transfer speeds is crazy. What else? What we got? What we got? The Maui fires. We got the UPS strike. We got Lil Tay. We got the Montgomery brawl. Where we want to go?
Uh, so with the Maui wildfires, what do they know what caused them, or is it just standard global warming?
I think it might just be standard like brush fire type shit. I don't know. Yeah, it's a wildfire.
I weren't there like 68 people that unfortunately tragically lost their lives in this?
93 as of today.
This is I don't think in my 30 years of life I've heard of this many people dying in a wildfire in Hawaii. I don't think I've heard
Yeah.
of anybody dying in a wildfire in Hawaii.
Well, they said it's all this blaze is already the deadliest U.S. wildfire in more than 100 years.
So more deadly than the wildfires California gets hit with every year.
Mm-hmm. Apparently
Jesus.
so.
I saw videos of people like just floating on boats because the entire island was on fire. So they were really
Mm-hmm.
just in the water.
Yeah, said dry summer and strong winds from a passing hurricane. They raced through the brush covering the island. Uh, warned not to drink running water. Chemical vapor exposure. Yeah, and this story was like terrible because, like you said, like this is how climate change is gonna work, and in each one of these situations, you just see the depravity every single time. Like it's just like it's
Yeah.
amazing to me that in this situation, y'all niggas ran straight to them resorts and said, "All right, hold on, we about to send a shuttle bus down for y'all. We got snacks, we got honey buns, we got cakes, cookies, we got water, juice,
There's no
alcohol,
fucking
even."
way. Are you serious?
I'm not saying seriously like they had all of that, but
Well,
they
no, no.
did
I'm gonna say
seriously go to these niggas first and get these
they
niggas
wanted to
out of
get the
Dodge.
tourists out first, as
Oh,
opposed to
absolutely.
the resident.
Oh, absolutely. Fuck is a resident, a native Hawaiian, bro? Man, shit. Mm. But anywho, so they do that. Yeah, that's literally what they did, right? And there's multiple instances of this happening. And I think, and there was another one where I don't know who ran the story. I didn't see the actual publication. I think, and it might have even been like a fucking Twitter journalist or shit. I don't know, but it's just still more indicative of the shit. This guy comes out and pretty much just says that, or not just says, but he talked about a story of some woman who I think in this town, Lahaina. I think I don't know if that Lahaina. I don't know how to. I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce it, but
Mhm.
they were saying in this town that there was a woman who was like searching through the rubble, trying to see if she could like basically recover anything. And she had the thing she had noticed that she lost a Rolex, and she apparently found the charred Rolex in the remains. I know,
That
like dog, don't talk to me about no fucking Rolex.
you're about to make me violent.
Yeah, like do not speak to me about no fucking Rolex in the middle of the deadliest U.S. wildfire in 100 years. Don't nobody give a fuck about this white woman's Rolex. Nobody, not a soul gives a fuck. Like nobody, not anybody, not a soul, no one.
It's really indicative of the way the world works and how
Mhm.
unfair it is that the people first affected by global warming are the people that contribute the least to it.
Mhm.
These corporations, shilling out all this carbon, all this gas, and everything that's destroying the environment. Just niggas in Hawaii, just living there, probably impoverished. Um, and even the tourists that don't live there are getting rescued before the native citizens. This is crazy.
Yeah, I'm lit. I
It's
like
anger inducing.
the craziest shit is I'm genuinely watching videos. This shit look like a movie, dog. Like
Oh yeah,
this
the
is
shit that I saw was terrifying.
like this don't even look real. Like this is crazy.
The video that I saw of the niggas off the coast just watching the whole island burn, it should look like something out of Godzilla.
Yeah, I'm
Just
watching
set the whole
one
coast on fire.
where they in the helicopter and they're like flying by after the burn is kind of burnt out. And like even I'm looking at that, like you said, literally like some like a kaiju came and just burnt this bitch and just kept moving.
Yeah.
Like this shit is crazy. Mm-mm-mm. And I also hate that in situations like this, there's gonna be all this philanthropy, all these outpourings of this and of that, and that's great. I love that, but the problem is, it's just like it's gonna be like it's just. Remember how there was a concept during the George Floyd protests called allyship fatigue, right?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I first off, I very initially thought the concept was bullshit, but then I thought to myself and I said, no, it makes perfect sense. If you're a white person who's just not used to injustices, and one major one happens and you get involved and then another one and then and then you start to see how many there are, you just get tired like, oh shit, hold on, yo,
I don't I don't know what it's called because obviously I'm not an ally. I'm one of the niggas in the marginalized community. But even I got fatigued. Like, I don't know if you
That's
remember,
what I
but
mean.
in
That's why,
2020, like
yeah.
I wasn't posting no jokes, no memes. I was
Yeah, no,
only
literally.
posting about social
Hmm.
justice and reform and protesting. And I just got tired. And
Hmm.
now I every once in a while I'll post some shit if it's like egregious, but nine times out of 10, I'm just posting some bullshit. I'm posting memes, videos, the anime, TikTok. It's tiring because it's a never ending struggle.
Hmm. No, absolutely. And that's the thing, like that's why I like, again, don't get me wrong, like it is just a very easy cop out for niggas who they've never felt this in their life. So it's like after a few of them you're like, nah, this is crazy, nobody can live like this. Well,
I'm here to tell you something.
well, I'm here to tell you this is how we all live. That's kind of the thing. That's kind of why we're upset. That's the point, you know?
If you go
Um,
through my Instagram all the way back to 2012, I've been posting about. Like I was talking about.
oh yeah, I know. Listen, you of all people, I know, like you were heavy in it, and I do remember this. I remember because everyone had it. Everyone, I had one. You had, everyone that I know that posted about this shit had it. Where it got to a point to where niggas just cooled out. Niggas was just like, bro, listen, I'm not gonna hold you. I just don't like the way I feel about the world right now. Like,
Yeah, I
like,
keep
yeah, I
talking
mean,
about this.
like,
I'm either gonna go on a spree or I'm gonna off myself.
yeah,
It's
like
one or the other.
I'm just not liking the, like, nigga choke. I just not liking the way I feel about Earth right now. You know, like it's just
Yeah. Like, man,
so
it's
like,
it's real.
but I bring the allyship fatigue up to say like that's the same thing we're gonna have happen here because this will be commonplace. I mean, we're seeing it.
Eventually,
Think
niggas
about
gonna get numb.
it. Yeah, eventually these niggas like, damn, they had a wildfire where? Oh man, shit, that's mm. They gotta go fund me or something. Okay. Like it's just gonna get there because it's like again, we're seeing this every time. Hurricane, deadliest one ever. Earthquake, shit. Place that never got earthquakes before. Like you know what I mean? Everything's gonna be just some nutty shit. Like, damn, like, oh yeah. Ah, ooh, worst natural disaster Hawaii's ever faced. Yeah, you know. See if we can get another one in a few years. Like
And
it's
the
just
niggas in
gonna be
charge
it's
want it like this. They want us to become complacent because they know they're not gonna
mm-hmm,
do shit to change anything.
mm-hmm. And they know that truth be told, they gonna make sure they gonna know who they watch out for first. You know, they know who gonna get the. Nah, this is crazy. I'm looking at the video of them in the boat looking at the island. This
That's
is
the one I was talking about.
nuts.
Yeah, that's what I was talking.
Yo,
It's insane.
nah, that's crazy.
Imagine, and that's terrifying though, because like in California and other places that have wildfires, you can just leave. if you're on an island, like
Yeah,
them niggas had to get in the water and just watch their homes burn. And they couldn't go anywhere. They couldn't do nothing. They just imagine you can't do anything. You can't go anywhere. You just have to leave land. You got to
yeah,
retreat to the sea like an ocean dweller
yeah. The
because you
airport's
can't go nowhere else.
closed. The road to the airport's closed. Like it's like, dog, you just because that's the wild part. Because think about, it, there's no internet, there's no power. So how do you even know where to go? Like that's oh man, oh my goodness.
It's apocalyptic.
It
Literally, like
literally
that's
no,
like you said, it was like a
100%.
movie. This is literally like nigga. If niggas wanted to, if it wasn't such a dire situation, niggas would have taken advantage of the fact that the internet was off, and niggas would have went crazy, looting, rioting, pillaging and burning.
Let just be something that like literally just doesn't eradicate all the shit I would have stole. And yeah, no, absolutely. This could have got terrible. Like this could have got like, because mind you, that those are the stories we heard in Katrina. We heard a lot of that.
Hmm.
But yeah, man, prayers up for Maui, man. I'm gonna find me a little link or something, a little GoFundMe, post that in the in the joint. Um,
Yeah,
or not, I don't know, maybe not a GoFundMe, but you know,
it's
cause
an
like who
official,
would even collect that? Like,
yeah, an official donation from like I don't know Red Cross or something.
yeah, something like that, something like that.
I did see that Floyd helped 68 families, which I thought was cool. I mean, I still think he's a piece of shit, but at least he did something good.
Mayweather.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
he personally helped out 68 families affected by the wildfire.
I seen Jeff Bezos did a while of $100 million fund.
Okay,
Um, I also seen Jason Momoa warn niggas to cancel their trips and suggest where to donate. And I'm like, I just
niggas still got trips planned after this.
that's yeah, that was kind of like because don't get me wrong, this was from Maui County. I think like Maui's, it's not the entirety of Maui, but it's just like yeah, I wouldn't even want to. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. Like it's just like I wouldn't even want to be out there. But I also know that quite a few people are fucking stupid. So
Yeah,
yeah. Mm. Whew. Shit. What else we got, man? Uh, shit. You want to talk about these UPS strikes? Because man, when I read the terms of these strikes yesterday, boy, I tell you, my shit was standing up when I read this. Oh, when I
UPS
read
is on top, yo, and I have much
dog,
respect for these niggas.
when I read them terms, my shit was standing. Oh,
I I didn't know UPS workers made this much money. Anytime I hear, I thought
okay,
delivery
okay.
drivers made like minimum wage.
So no, but you also have to remember this that 170,000 that is
No, no,
not.
no, no, no. I know that's cap, but I was talking. I have a friend
Mhm,
that's a UPS driver. He was telling me what they actually make is realistically like around 80,000, a little bit
mhm,
more, 90,000.
mhm,
If I saw one nigga on TikTok break it down that it's possible to make 170,000 if you work 10 to 12-hour days, like sun up to sundown, and only get one day off a week, never take vacation, never take no time off.
mhm,
You just work 6 days
mhm.
straight, 10 to 12 hours every day. You can make 170,000. But
One,
any nigga with common sense that
but
has a family or
even two, right? Was not only that part, right? But when they put that figure out, I think, and people always do this, they fail to realize again, and I only know this because I applied for it. I've been applying for a bunch of jobs lately, right?
Mhm.
They will tell you a number and say it's like 100,000. You're like, oh shit, 100,000. Not every 100,000 is created equally because some of those numbers include your benefits.
Oh, that's nasty. That is
And
nasty work.
but that's what that UPS number was. That's why when you said like if
Nigga,
you
if
went
you're gonna include benefits, then I make 100,000 a year.
right, but what I'm saying is that's why when people were throwing out that 170,000 number, like talking about oh they get paid this and so only gets paid da da da. I'm like first off, they're never going to receive 170,000. Like you said,
Hell no.
you would have to work these 80-hour shit. Like you're never going to receive that much money. You might like you said, realistically, you'll probably get maybe 100,000 when you get up there, you get enough experience and you work them hours. You'll probably get 100,000, maybe 110, 120 maybe, but your benefits are gonna make up the rest of that. Like
Have you looked?
That's the part where they're
Have you looked deeply into this? Like, what is the starting pay like for a nigga that just signed up today? Because
okay.
I'm assuming
So,
a nigga's making $40 an hour. It had to been there
mhm,
for a few
mhm.
years.
So yeah, I'll tell you about the tentative agreement, right? So they reached an agreement, securing wage increases for 340,000 workers. Let's go, let's go. Boo, 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 boo. All right, first one. Under the 5-year agreement, all part-time workers would be paid no less than 21 an hour, with subsequent increases
Oh,
over the course of the contract. Pretty solid.
yeah,
Pretty solid. Now, granted, that's what I thought. But boy, boy, please do not ask Luigi Morris of the Canarsie, Brooklyn UPS what he thinks. Because he said 21 an hour is below my expectation, and I'm voting against the deal. Not because it's
hey,
not a
okay.
step, hold on, not because it's not a step forward for workers, but because he thinks the union could leverage its momentum to fight for more. That nigga said, "Look,
This
dog,
nigga is spitting.
we are never gonna have the upper hand like this again, dog. Like we're never gonna be able to threaten to just shut down fucking deliveries. Like because again, I'm sure that listen, this happened once. I promise you, they're gonna figure something out to make sure we don't really get a chance to do, or to make sure they have a way around it if we try this again."
Yeah,
So he's looking at like, bro, fuck 21, fight for 25, nigga. Like, fuck it, like,
I,
get 2
I
5.
I gotta say much respect to all the UPS delivery men that are standing in this because the whole protest and everything, well not protest, but the whole strike is because UPS drivers are already taken care of. Like they're making good money, but they want part-time employees to make more
Mm-hmm.
money. So
Mm-hmm.
niggas that are full-time are standing in solidarity with part-timers, and I
Mm-hmm.
respect that.
And there
Niggas
was
making
more.
$44 an hour fighting for
Mm-hmm.
part-time niggas to make more, and I gotta respect that.
So and then there were more, right? So there were more concessions, right?
Mhm.
UPS agreed to equip new delivery vehicles with AC.
Oh,
Huge,
that's a
huge one.
necessity. Yeah.
Huge one. Enforce overtime, another big one, and eliminate a 2-tier pay system for delivery drivers. Yet another one. So yeah, they did stand up for the younger niggas, but make no mistake, this was just for everyone. Like
Mhm.
they just knew, like, listen, dog, we standing up and we know we got the power to make these niggas crumble, and so why not fight for everybody?
The fact that the trucks didn't already have AC that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
crazy.
The craziest thing though, right, is that UPS had its highest grossing year in profit like ever. Like is they reached over $100 billion in revenue in 2022. That's the first time they've ever done that.
Nigga, $100 billion. Pay y'all niggas more. Pay niggas $56 an hour.
Well, through this contract and all these agreements accounted for about $30 billion in new money. So I listen. I think taking 33% of the company's revenue of last year, that's pretty chunky. That's pretty chunky.
Yeah,
Now I
shit.
agree with Luigi. Y'all probably could have took 40 for real. Could have
Yeah,
took
that's
50
what I was gonna
even.
say.
Could have took 50 even.
40 was the ideal number in my head, obviously.
Shit, could have took 50% of that even. Real talk. Like you talking about some 21. If you could do 21, you could do 25. But then they were talking about a couple people who there was one guy, it was a part-time package handler who currently is getting paid 19. She said her rate gonna go up to 23.20. She said, "Oh yeah, I'm feeling this." I'm like $4 extra that's kind of chunky. I'm not gonna hold you.
Have you thought about applying to UPS? Do you think you could do it?
I actually was it UPS or was it FedEx? It was one of the ones I sat through orientation. And I was like, I'm never gonna fucking do this job.
Yeah, it don't matter the pay, honestly.
Yeah, no,
I
I don't.
can't do
I don't.
back-breaking manual labor no more. If I was
Yeah.
in my 20s, well, I mean, I'm still in my 20s, but if I was in my early 20s, because
Oh yeah.
I had physical jobs before where I was on my feet for 10 hours a day and moving
Hmm.
heavy shit, but I can't do that shit no more.
Oh yeah. If I was like anything up to like 24, 25, maybe yeah, probably 25 is the end of that. Like for real. Like nah. At this point, no, I
That's
wouldn't.
under no service. The niggas that are in their 30s and 40s still doing this, niggas just they built for it because
Yeah,
they've
more
been
power
doing it
to
for
you.
so long. They used to it probably.
More power to you. But let me see. Let me see if I can get all the concessions because they said among other concessions. But let me see. Let me see what else it was. Let me see what else it was. Yeah, we don't care. We don't care. We don't care. We don't care. Stop this. I need to know. Win major concerns. All right, come on. Let's talk about them. The abolishment of the two-tier system between 20. Okay, we already did that. Martin Luther King Day is a full holiday. Okay, nice.
It
Nice.
should have been a holiday before, bro.
Listen, which is crazy because UPS is what can Brown do for you? Like y'all not slick.
Yeah.
Y'all not slick. Let's see. Ending forced overtime on driver's day off. I don't
I
even want to
don't.
know what that
Yeah, I was
means.
saying, I don't
I
want to
don't
know.
even. I don't even want to know what that shit is
Forced
about.
overtime on it. Nigga, that better be triple overtime pay.
I'm trying to figure out. So there's this thing called 22.4 and RPCDs. That was the two-tiered system for the drivers. I'm trying to figure out what each one means.
Mm-hmm.
But they're basically just saying, like, niggas was saying straight up the abolishment of 22.4 is monumental. Even before the current contract was ratified, many of us knew what would happen to those people. They would be used as full-time drivers who get paid less and have less protection. Again, don't know what that means. It's awesome that they're doing away with 22.4. I have a lot of friends who are in that position. We can all be equal. All right, so let me look it up. 22.4 versus RP. Yeah, let's see. Let's see. If any of those things happen in the noise, you need to talk. Okay, I don't give a fuck. That's something totally different. I'm at 22. Okay, so all those niggas will be reclassified in the new scale. So the new scale progression is year one, $24, year two, $25, year three, $30, and then 4 years
Ooh,
top rate.
that,
And the top rate in 2024 will be $45.
wow, and it only takes
Ooh,
4 years to get to that point.
that's kind of chunky.
Nigga, I
All
can't
drivers will
imagine a
receive
chunk like that.
Mm-mm-mm. That's kind of nice.
If
That's
anybody deserve it though, it's these hardworking niggas, honestly.
I listen. That's why, but that's the thing that kills me when people bitch and moan and grunt like, oh, well, they're gonna pass. You know, they're gonna pass on the cost to us. That's the secret. They had a record-grossing year last year, and they still passing the cost on to us anyway. I don't. That never will ever make me give a fuck. I'll never care.
Also,
I will
niggas talk
never
about
care.
passing the cost on to us. How often are niggas shipping shit through UPS? Like I receive a lot of things through UPS, but I don't. Nigga, how often are niggas shipping shit? What do you need to ship?
Mm-hmm.
Like I send a lot of things at work, but
Okay. I see what 22.4 is now. Okay.
what is it?
Basically, it's like work scheduling flexibility. So it's like combination. It's a combination driver, basically, right? So you could do half working indoor and half driving. But what they were doing was they were using that to pretty much have cheaper disposable second tier drivers.
Mm,
So the regular package car drivers, right, RPCD, have access to excessive overtime protection and the ability to schedule a guaranteed 8-hour workday once per week. 22.4 drivers did not have that. So as a result, they often face 60-hour work weeks while being paid less than their counterparts.
yo, that's nasty work.
And so, okay, this is what they talk about the forced overtime. They've eliminated the continual threat of being forced into work on their scheduled days off. Many UPS workers work 6 days a week for the last years. Often, a UPS worker will receive no more than a single day's notice before being forced into work on their scheduled day off. Okay. Ooh. Yeah. 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 Oh, I like this. UPS Teamsters will now receive Martin Luther King Day as a paid holiday. As part of MLK's civil rights leadership, he was a steadfast ally of the labor movement. Yo, talk that shit,
Hell
nigga.
yeah, man.
The Teamsters have at UPS have long demanded the company recognize Martin Luther King's legacy beyond empty words and put that day into the contract as a holiday, nigga.
Nigga, this is the
Teamster
best strike I've ever seen in my entire
ever
life.
seen in my life, boy. And y'all ain't even had to boom nobody for it. That's the crazy part. Ain't had to boom a soul. Mm-mm-mm.
Not that we know of. They probably boom some people behind closed doors, but
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. I
deserved.
did. I know I did.
I was just doing my part as an ally to the strike.
You heard what he said about Martin? I was on that shit. So yeah, this is dope. Love to see this. I hope that this continues to inspire other people to recognize their worth. Because people will sit up here and tell you, oh, they shouldn't be getting paid that. Y'all shouldn't be getting. Well, how you gonna pay a driver this and so gets paid this? I don't give a fuck. Fight for it in your job, then, bitch. If you
Yeah.
a doctor and you feel like you ought to get you if you a doctor and you feel like you shouldn't make the same as a UPS driver, you know what you need to do? You need to fight for you to make more, bitch. It's real simple. That's what I did. Go chase a bag. Don't worry about what I'm doing. Like, fuck you on.
Also, I can't fathom people saying that UPS drivers or any type of delivery person shouldn't make this. Do you
Oh,
know
people do. Oh,
the?
people absolutely do.
No, I know they do, but I'm saying, like,
Yeah,
do you understand the work that these niggas do? Can you
they
do
don't,
this?
they don't
The
care.
nigga that's saying that this person shouldn't be making this money. Can you work 10 hours a day, moving around heavy ass packages, driving around all day in a
Hot ass truck.
non AC? Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. No AC in the truck.
bro. And that
Nigga,
truck is all steel. It's probably 115 degrees in that
it's
bitch.
hotter in the truck than it is outside. And you
Honestly, I
saying
feel
these
like
niggas shouldn't get paid?
a UPS driver in Phoenix should make an infinite amount of money. He should be able to
Yeah,
literally request any dollar amount he likes. I think anything. He should be able to say anything, and they gotta sigh real loud and ask you, "Are you sure?" But they gotta give it to you.
you said Phoenix. That's dry heat. Imagine somewhere like Florida, where it's humid, it's like 90% humidity. It's 98 degrees, but the real feel is fucking 300 degrees.
I'm not gonna hold you. Controversial take. You shouldn't even pay the niggas in Florida. They shouldn't even be there. It's like- it's like,
Nobody should be in Florida.
I ain't even gonna hold you. If you a driver in Florida, I think you should get paid nothing.
You just
Zero
shouldn't
dollars.
be there.
You just shouldn't be in the state. Shouldn't be working here. $0. Sorry. But yeah, nah, like it's just like that's what's up, man. I'm with it.
Now maybe the actor strike will be this good.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it could be. I think it could be. And especially like again, it's a situation where niggas will know when they be but that's the thing with the Teamsters. Like you also know like the Teamsters is a group of niggas you know not to fuck with because like again, historically speaking,
Don't the niggas
we've
got mafia ties?
I'm about to say we've known some of the things them niggas have done historically. So that's the one group of niggas when they start bitching about something, y'all be like, all right, man. All right, look. Any group of niggas that call themselves the International Brotherhood, we gotta make sure them niggas are good.
Nigga, the Teamsters ended this strike. This didn't the UPS strike start after
Oh
the
yeah, yeah,
SAG
yeah.
after strike, and the niggas got it finished before them
Yeah, no,
niggas got
like
the job done.
no, I don't even think they averted a strike. They were supposed to have a
Oh yeah,
strike
then
on
the niggas
August
just
1st. Niggas didn't
oh
even go to strike.
man. Niggas said, look, we gonna go strike or we getting this. And they said, okay, y'all getting that. Hardly any fight.
It was like, all right, what can we do? We can have the like U.S. mail system go belly up. We could try that. No,
Now
I don't
hold
think
on
we
now.
can try that.
We
Yeah, I
don't
don't think
we
we can
shouldn't do
do
that.
that. Well, I mean, then we gonna have to pay them something. We had a record year. I mean, look, the way I see it is, we had a record year. We kicked them off something once, right? We do this one time. We give them the 30 bill. We probably don't got to do this again, maybe ever. Like I
Yeah.
said, I mean, I guess you're right. Fuck,
Imagine if Amazon drivers did this.
man. Matt, no, no.
No.
No, I was gonna say, imagine the OnlyFans shorties did this.
What they need to strike for? They making bank.
Nah, yo, they should be making more for reasons I will not
They
get into.
set their own prices. What do you mean?
He said, bro, what you on?
That's like the shit you said earlier. They could walk in, they just set their own price, but they don't know they worth. Yeah, I'd like to make 80,000 a year. Deal signed. Yeah,
He said, deal, son.
behind closed doors, that nigga should ask for 500,000.
Hey, quick question. What's better, Chili's or Applebee's?
Nigga, Chili's.
Okay, thank you.
An obvious answer. Like it's not even
Okay,
close.
thank you.
I know exactly what tweets you talking about too, and I'm surprised this nigga's never had either of them. Like I don't understand that.
Oh, the nigga. Oh, yeah, I'm literally seeing. I'd like to try both, but wow, yeah. Man, listen, I'm telling you, man. For any of my warriors that know that quesadilla explosion salad, man, y'all are all entitled to cash compensation. Cause that shit used to be a monster, bro. Like it's literally just a full salad with 4 quesadillas on top of it.
How
It's
much
just
was that, nigga? That shit sounds like
oh,
it's
you
enough
don't
to
want to
feed
know.
5 people.
Yeah, you
That
don't want to
shit was
know
like $18. Was it something crazy?
I don't know about the price. I thought you were talking about the nutrition. You do not want to know
Oh,
the
nigga, it's
nutrition
probably like
fact.
3,600 calories in that.
Oh, let me look it up. That whole was 1,400 calories.
That's it? I would think it would be more. 4 quesadillas on top of a salad?
Oh yeah, yeah. 82 grams of carbs. That ain't too bad. 9 grams of fiber. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. 93 grams of fat. 63 grams of protein. Okay, yeah. A shit ton of sodium.
Yeah.
Maybe they reworked it because I'm looking at what it is on their website. This not even what it used to look like for real.
Do they even still have that? I order from Chili's pretty regularly. I've never seen that on the menu.
It's on like their literally the menu on their website,
Oh,
but
okay. It's probably
it's
not. It's only at certain
yeah,
restaurants,
yeah.
probably. I've literally never seen that before.
But it's literally like 4 quesadillas and then basically a chicken Southwest salad in the middle. Like
That sounds good as fuck. I'm not gonna
that's
hold
that's
you.
that's 2 meals. That's literally 2 separate meals.
Nigga, just take the quesadillas off, eat the salad, warm up the quesadillas at a later date.
Mhm.
You
Talk
good.
about it. Currently, as it stands, the quesadilla explosion is $13, 13.49.
Uh,
You can
two
get it with
meals for
shrimp.
$13.
Yeah, you can get it with shrimp, salmon, or grilled chicken. Let's see. Super salad. You can get another salad on the side if you're just like absolute fucking madman.
Wait, it comes with sides, and one of the sides is
It
can
doesn't
be a
come with a
certain amount of
side.
salad.
Like you can get another house salad for $5 or Caesar salad for $5.
Oh, so like an insane person. Yeah,
Yeah, like
okay.
imagine getting this, eating all this, and then getting a bowl of chili on the side.
You know what we should do? We haven't done a tier list in a while since maybe like was it our fruit tier list or our Kanye album tier list? We should do a restaurant tier list.
Oh yeah, I'm with it.
It
I'm
should be
definitely with
like
it.
cause like I have different tiers. There's like fast food like McDonald's, and then there's like
Like sit down restaurants. Yeah.
so like Applebee's is below Chili's. I would say Ruby Tuesdays is above Chili's. Friday is probably on the same tier as Chili's, you know, that kind of thing.
Really, I haven't been to Ruby Tuesdays in so long. I think I might have been there maybe 3 or 4 times ever in my life.
I've
But
been there a bunch of times. They have an all you can eat salad bar, and that shit slaps every time.
I'm not gonna hold you. I'm scared of them bars and buffets now.
Well, I mean, yeah, I haven't been to one in like 7 years, but
They got me. The propaganda worked.
the COVID propaganda.
Yeah, Fauci got me. Shit. Hold on. Where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we at on time? Let me see. We're 2 hours in. How do we do this? How do we fucking do this? Damn, that shit is crazy. Real
Well,
quick, and I guess we can get the fuck up out of here. So Complex put out another dog shit list, as they tend to do.
obviously, yeah.
And this time it is a list of the 50 best New York rappers all time, right?
Mm-hmm.
As you can imagine, the list is dog
Garbage.
piss, dog
Yeah.
shit. It's just
Who's
Doobie
number one?
Buddington. You know who number one is. Come on now.
Jay-Z,
Mm-hmm.
Biggie. Okay.
Yeah, it's Jay-Z, Biggie. I'll give you the top 10, right? And I'm not gonna hold you. Like, the names in this top 10 make the most sense, with the exception of one.
Just the
And
rest of the list is tragic.
no, actually, the top 20 to maybe 25 makes sense. It's really the bottom half of this list where it's just like, I'm not gonna say these people weren't impactful, but when you think of names left off of this list, I just don't know how you fought to get Ice Spice on here when there were
She.
names left off
Okay.
this
Okay.
list.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
literally, Ice Spice is at 50. Like, and so you know what that means. That off top, you were
This is
trying.
already recency bias.
Exact, not even recency bias. This is just you trying to get some shit off. Like, this is you trying to. I think all you need is clicks. You don't need people to like your list. You just need clicks,
Yeah.
right?
Literally, you get paid by the number of visitors to a site, right?
Yeah. So, like, at this point, this had nothing to do with that. Like, so let's look at this, right? Number 1, Jay-Z. Number 2, Big. Number 3, Nas. Number 4, Rakim. 5, LL Cool J. 6, 50 Cent. 7, Nicki Minaj. 8, DMX. 9, Busta Rhymes. 10, KRS-One. That 10, I mean, maybe you can argue the order of the 10.
It's
But
solid, bro.
I think that 10's solid. Yeah, that
Yeah.
top 10's solid. Now, here's
Is
me.
Fat Joe in the top 15?
Fat Joe is not top 15. Big Pun is number 15. Fat Joe's
Okay.
on here though. I think he's like 20 something. He's 20 something.
He gotta be on there, nigga.
No, I
What
know
about
he's on there. I mean,
Joel Santana, Jim Jones, Dipset?
Cameron's on here at 17. Jim Jones was on here, which is kind of funny. Jewels was not on here.
That's
Let's see. Okay, but yeah, anyway, so sorry. So let's start from the bottom. So Ice Spice is number 50. Utter, like, you don't care. Like, you knew what you're doing. You knew what you were doing. But even more than that, right? What people failed to realize was he didn't make this list by himself. He certainly didn't make this list by himself. However, there is an Indian guy from Jersey City who put this list together. And listen, I maybe it sounds racist, and if it does, I do not apologize. But I simply cannot allow an Indian nigga from Jersey City to tell us about the 50 best New York rappers of all time. Like, I wouldn't even say I'm supremely qualified. Again, being a nigga from New Jersey. So yeah, I'm hearing a lot of the New York, like, and that's the thing. Like, when you're in New Jersey, pretty much most of the rap you're getting is New York rap because you're right there. Like, so it's not like you're not hearing New York rap. But when you're already disconnected, like literally on a geographical sense, right? And then you are Indian. I'm sorry, you gotta shut the fuck up. You
To
have
me,
to.
it sounds like either they legitimately did not give a fuck about this list, or they have a diversity problem at Complex and couldn't find one nigga to put this list together.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all got a
Now,
nigga from Indian nigga from New Jersey. Y'all couldn't find one, even a black. It would be better if it was a nigga from New York, but y'all couldn't find one black person from New Jersey to do this. Or
don't get me wrong. Here's what I mean. So Ice Spice is 50, right? We all had a problem with that without even seeing other names on the list. But then when I tell you who number 48 is, you're really gonna get pissed off. Because how is Ice Spice 50 and Diddy is number 48? Thank you. I know. We done, right? We done, right?
If I say anything,
If I speak, but
Diddy.
Diddy is 48. Mm-hmm. So the part that blew me the most, though, right, is that I seen there's a rap dude, Brian B. Miller, who puts out lists. Now, granted, this guy frequently puts out his best rappers of the year list, and I almost always hate it and disagree with it every fucking year. So I'm not speaking like this guy is like the end all be all authority, even though B. Is very established and he's well respected. I just think his list stinks some fucking times. But he put a whole list together of like this list arguably is like another 25 niggas who were omitted. And some of these names, I'm like, I'm sorry, dog, he was not getting on this fucking list. But then some of these names, it's like, oh yeah, they ought to whoop this. They ought to whoop this ought to whoop this nigga ass. Like, I'll just go through a few of them. AZ, I know a lot of y'all don't know who AZ is, but if you do, to have Ice Spice on the list and AZ not on here, to have Jim Jones on the list and AZ not up here is kind of insane to me. You got Cormega, another name I feel like could be on here, but I can see why it's not up there. You got DMC, right? They had Rev Run up here, but not DMC.
How y'all like they did the same thing with Joel Santana and Dipset. Y'all taking niggas out the group but counting the group, or
No, they didn't count the group. They only counted individuals, which is why they stuck with Cam.
I
But
would
then
still put, even if you take the group, I would still put Joel's on there. Top 50?
I mean, yeah, I mean, you always can just replace Ice Spice. Like, but then it gets worse, right? Because we keep going. They put Prodigy on the list, but Havoc wasn't on here. Joey
What about
Badass isn't on
Papoose?
the list. I mean, maybe you can make an argument for Papoose. Honestly, you're not wrong. You probably could make a. Now, I think his only issue would then be like career, like sale wise, where big niggas are like, all right, look, like we know what you do, your lyrical ability and all of that. But
I
I
mean,
mean, I
that's
think
fair if
Papoose
you're
is
taking
still,
sales
yeah,
into account. Yeah.
Papoose is still a fair suggestion. Joey Badass, I saw some pushback on that, and I was just like, I don't care. Honestly, I don't really give a
Replace
fuck
Ice
about
Spice.
pushback. Like again, replace that. Like we always got at least one that we can replace here. Replace Ice Spice. And not to mention, I'm sorry, brother, Jim Jones has one fucking hit. He can't be on this list, bro.
Ballin'.
He can't be on this, bro. You cannot put Jim Jones above
So
Biz Marquee, bro. I'm
see, this is what's
gonna,
pissing me off because, like you
gonna.
said, Jim Jones has one hit. So they split up the group of Dipset. They kept Jim Jones, but took out Joel Santana. But Joel Santana has, I mean, not Joel Santana, Jim Jones has one hit, right? So they have to be taking into account his time rapping with Dipset to put him on the list.
Well,
But they didn't put Joel Santana on the list.
they did culture and impact and all that other
Oh my
shit, and
god!
that's what they threw on
Yeah.
there, right? Which again, but no, I can't say that because there's some artists here who rapping wise, they're getting out rapped by a lot of niggas here. But impact, yeah, they're spanking niggas. Some of these guys are spanking niggas. But my problem is with Jim Jones, it's like, dog, I'm reading the blurb, like the little write up they wrote on him, and it's just like, dog, who are you fucking fooling? Who are you for? Like, don't underestimate Jim Jones' ability to stay relevant. Everyone knows his biggest solo hit, but he's impressively strung together countless defining moments in addition to those commercial peaks. Okay,
What are
disagree
those
there, but
defining
yeah,
moments?
thank you. But if you ask Jim, he's had 3 careers by now. That his first career was his early days with Cameron and the Diplomats, followed by his own solo career. Okay, I'll give you 2. And then in the 2020s, he says he's in a whole nother zone in the midst of a third career chapter. Brother, you
What
don't have a
music is
career
he
any
put out?
longer.
What career? Yeah,
Like, stop lying to
unless the
please
career
pick
is
it up.
reality TV.
Oh God, stop. Hey, look, that was in the midst of his second career. Okay, don't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't.
So
Come
what's
on.
the third career? Tapping his foot, talking about the weather online.
Nah, he puts out music, bro, but nobody's listening to that shit, man. Come on.
You can't tell me he put out music because I haven't heard none of it. Granted, I'm not
Look,
looking for it, but I feel like I would have at least seen something.
mm-hmm. Fat Joe was 31.
It seems kind of low, honestly.
It's tough because I just think there's too many niggas to choose from.
That's why I
Because
don't like long lists like this, like top 50. I'd rather just keep it to a top 10, maybe top 25.
yeah, because
50 is a
yeah.
lot. It's too much to take into account, too much to consider.
Now,
Where's
one thing I will say. Go ahead.
where's French Montana?
Come on, man.
No, I'm dead ass because you talk about cultural and the impact. This nigga
You
is
know
a
what?
future
You know
fiend.
what? You know what? You know fucking what? You have a point. You actually do. Max B wasn't on this list, by the way.
Straighten this nigga up, yo.
All right, sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Let me continue going through the niggas who weren't on this list. That's where we got distracted.
Oh man.
Right after Joey Badass, Joel Santana. Yet another nigga, right?
Yeah.
You mentioned this countless times. Lloyd Banks is not on this list.
Oh my god.
Max B is not on this list. Loon is not on this list. If you know, you know.
I know
Fuck with
Lou,
Loon.
yeah.
Fuck with Loon. Max B's not on this list. Meth Bleak's not on this list. Fife Dog's not on this list. Remy Ma's not on this list.
Rip.
Sheik Luch is not on this list. This is the one that's a bit controversial. And I wouldn't even say it's controversial in the sense that, like, the nigga belongs on the list. It's just controversial because he's a terrible person.
Right.
Talib Kweli. You put Mos
Yeah.
Def on here, but not fucking Talib. That doesn't add up to me. Talib had plenty of shit. He had plenty of shit going for himself. Hey, look, fuck that. Replace Ice Spice. Replace Jim Jones with Talib. like somebody else to take Ice. We can get Lloyd Banks to take Ice Spice spot or something. So it's just too many niggas that are not on here. And then here's the only other egregious placements I will say. Cardi B at 25 above Raekwon is gonna make me shit myself. Right above Raekwon, by the way, like right above
One
Raekwon.
spot. Nah, that's insane.
That's gonna make me shit myself. What else? Pop Smoke being 27 is posthumous slurping at at an unbelievable level because Pop Smoke was huge. Pop Smoke was gonna be huge, but to put Pop Smoke at 27, I
Yeah.
just
Nah.
I'm sorry. Again, at 27 above Mace, above Big L, above Fat Joe, Jizza, Foxy Brown. You can't Ja Rule. I'm no, bro. No. Nori even? No. No. Listen, I understand how big Drill has been and it continues to be, but I also think a part of that is because of his passing. And I get it. That does get attributed to his influence. But I think that's the same point I'm making. Like, I'm not like, I think if put it this way, I think Smoke should be on this list. I think he should be. I think he should be somewhere in
Put
his
him in
50s.
nice spots, but
I think he should be in the 40s at best. I do not because he didn't get enough. He didn't get the time. He didn't get the chance. Like, that's my thing. I hate this potential argument niggas do. Like, bro, he just did not get a chance to live it out. So I can't give you kudos for something you just didn't get a shot to do. Like, you have a posthumous album that debuted as a #1 album. But that's what posthumous albums do, especially in this day and age. Like, so it's just it's just like he set the city on fire. He's da da da. He really inspired a lot of drill niggas. I get it. I do get a lot of that. I just don't see a world where you're telling me. I just don't see it. I'm sorry. I just don't see it. I'm sorry. I just can't give it to you. Not at 27. Like I said, I could see him being in these 40s. I could see him being around where Grand Pooba is and shit, where Jim Jones is, nigga. Fuck. But like, I don't see a world where Pop Smoke is 27. That's nuts to me.
yeah.
Or where Cardi B is 25. Like I said, right above fucking Raekwon. That's nuts to me.
Where's Nicki Minaj?
Top 10.
Okay, that's what
Jadakiss being 16 is insulting to me, but I
I would
can't
argue
really
Jadakiss could be in the top 10.
I can't argue with a lot of the niggas in front of him. That's the only issue. It's like,
Who's
oh,
15?
Jadakiss, like, nigga, who the fuck did you put in front of him? It's like, oh, Big Pun. Okay. I'm putting him over Big Pun. I'm just let y'all know that. MF Doom, I ain't even gonna say it out loud. My girl will lose her fucking mind, but I'm putting that nigga over MF Doom as well. Ghostface,
Ooh, whoa.
I mean, I don't know. I'm putting him over Ghostface anyway because I want to hear that. And then we get to Lil Kim. I'm like, okay, all right, maybe you lose that one. But then Prodigy, KRS-One, I'm sorry, you beating them niggas. So it's like all of that probably would have moved him from like 16 to maybe 11, right outside the top 10.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it. I have a very strong dislike for KRS-One. I
Why?
have always considered him to be corny as fuck. I can't stand this nigga's music. And I recently saw him rapping on behalf of Mayor Adams of New York. And once I saw that,
They gave
ooh,
you the. It's like when you don't like
you
somebody, you
don't
just
know,
waiting
yo.
for them to give you an actual reason
Bro,
to not like.
you just don't know what that did for me, dog. Like you
It's like you
just
were justified in your hate after that, right?
like you can't tell me shit after that, dog. I can always go back to that one. Like, nah, bro. Your man's out here tap dancing with Mayor Adams right by
Tap
oh
dancing.
no. This nigga think he Gregory Hines, bro. Cut it out, yo. No. Like that was it. That was all I needed to see. And I was like, yes. We got him. We fucking got him.
I've been praying for times like this.
I didn't need it because I was gonna get my shit off regardless. But boy, this just this helps. This helps. So like mind you, he's number 10. Shit. Replace him with Ice Spice. Move Ice Spice to his spot. If y'all really want to know what I think. But yeah, that's it. That's about all I got, man.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good one. Very different vibe for a Sunday pod, but I was feeling the energy.
Thank you. Well, yeah. Thank you.
I wasn't feeling your energy. I was talking more so like
Nah, I'm the one who put the energy there though.
the atmospheric pressure of the world.
I put the energy out.
Take it back.
Can't.
Damn.
Yeah. Sorry.
All
Well,
right.
what else? What else? What else? What else? Nothing. Nothing. Actually, nothing. So, listen, man. I hope you had a good time, man. I sure did. And if you didn't have a good time, then I don't care because you're wrong, not me.
Factually incorrect.
Yeah,
Wrong.
like you're incorrect. So yeah, niggas be easy. Oh shit, I don't even got the stop queued up. Don't worry, it's coming soon.